We live. You know, stand by. It's just to kind of like hang out anyway. So, like, this is a perfect time to, relax. In other words, I don't think it really matters anyway. A few things that. The reason why I decided to go live is because I got bored. So I'm live now. Yay. I'm just gonna check my YouTube channel just to so I can moderate better. Yes, I can moderate better. But there's two ways to watch me, in fact, so yeah. Yes, I can moderate better. Ah, there we go. But there's two ways to watch me, in fact, so yeah. Yes, I can moderate better. Ah, there we go. So got that through. Now, granted, there's not much to go off of, and honestly, like when I started, basically, yeah, there isn't gonna be much of anything. Nobody's gonna really enter in. The one viewer is me anyway. So not really gonna explore too much of anything, but there is a few things I could really talk about that I thought about as of lately. But I'm just gonna wait a bit and do a little bit of screwing around the StreamYards bullshit. Hey, get back to there we go. So yeah, there's apparently we have like a teleprompter here now. Like StreamYards keeps updating, but which I guess helps if we want to really take notes about things. But I'm not sure if I don't really stream nowadays, so not much of anything to go off of. But I guess it would help. So there's that. Not sure too much how many people are going to use it though. So I'm not sure what StreamYards is thinking. I should really look into the developers. That's happening in the Discord, and still, that's another thing. Like, that I could easily talk about, but not really much to say because anything I say here won't mean much anything anyway. So yeah. I should upload more often if I do want people to care, because I don't care. So it's hard to care about the things I do. Show comments on stage, I could do that, but no. So still kind of rolling back and letting people come in, roll in. So yeah. So let me screw around the StreamYard. Oh no, don't play a song. I didn't ask for a song. Come on. You can operate. There we go. Oddly enough, I need to use the bathroom now. After I just started the live stream. What are the odds? Well, you can. I just play a song as I use the bathroom, so I'll be back.
Walking in through the heat, the ground burns my feet. The temperature is rising here, I can't see, my vision isn't clear. I can't survive the sun's blaze, I can feel its gaze, I can feel the sun's rays, they are hitting my face. I'm feeling the glow, I can't see my way home, I'm lost in the glow, I have no way back home, it's burning up. was never contrived, and now I'm getting bored alive. I can't survive the sun's blaze, I can feel its gaze. I can feel the sun's rays, they are hitting my face. I'm feeling the glow, I can't see my way home. I'm lost in the glow, I have no way back home. It's burning up, I can't keep it up. I can't survive the sun's blaze, I can feel its gaze. I can feel the sun's rays, they are hitting my face. I'm feeling the glow, I can't see my way home. I'm lost in the glow, I have no way back home. It's burning up, I can't keep it up. It's burning up. Burn, 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 burn. I can't keep it up.
I'm back, and apparently the StreamYards didn't have me in my own show anymore. Like, it'd be interesting to explain. So let me just put it this way: I wasn't in my own stream anymore. I just say that. Yeah. So I think we could just continue on. Now, lots have happened. Well, actually, not has lots have happened, but the discords and stuff have been quite frankly. I kind of do want to review the Joe and Ghost, or Ghost confronts Joe about the wrench. And now, from what he says, apparently Joe said to him, "Oh, it's just a nightbot glitch." Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really say anything of why his wrench was taken away, but can't just be a night block glitch. So so I guess I don't know how that would equate to wrenches being taken away, but that's an interesting thing to go over. But and there's also the fact that Casey and Ghost had their own kerfuffle in the discords, and Casey left Dave's Discord. There's that, and also I do want to talk about go into faith a bit as well. But those are just small, kind of fun things to cover. So yeah, but I'm not sure where to look when it comes to Joshua, but I'm guessing it can't be too long to go, right? So let's just start with which say that. Marriage is gonna be one of those things where you're trying to stay on, but then it's like, yeah, nope, you can't be here anymore. But, whatever. Uh, you know, not that it matters anyway, but I guess I could just do yeah, why the hell not? I do want to cover this anyway. Not that it's gonna mean anything if I cover it, but yes, I will do it. I'm just gonna look for it. Guessing it was on a Saturday, I believe that did took place. So this would have to be like Joker with all his friends stream live. Yeah, let's just go through it. I don't know what time, but
I
maybe
mean,
we just have
full gear is that that fucking no bitches.
yeah.
Remember, don't get mad. Don't try. You got no fucking talent.
Bro, you are the troll.
They charged me $43 for wrestling. And Blaze got banned for like money.
Eh.
No, is anyone in your ear right now about Joe?
Okay, we're here. So I reached it. I just kind of scrolled up and down just to find it.
Is anybody that Canadians?
Let's go back.
Sickest, weirdest thing I've ever heard. Like, I don't know. I don't think anything will ever compete with that. As he's telling Roseanne this, and he's like, "Well, I haven't gotten."
Started touching me when he put his hand on my shoulder.
Well, then that's when you fucking call the police.
I'm not even sure what they're talking about.
Any normal person would do that. But I don't think your story's adding up, though.
No, he took a shock. He said he was hungry. He like, look at my stomach. I haven't eaten anything.
Yeah, this probably. Apparently, there's some still pedophilic shit going on around Joe Cronin's show. Like, I just don't know. And I guess the birds of a feather flock together. So I guess they're all meant for each other. I don't know, but just jumping in.
The
ACS hashtag fact merch bullfrog, bro.
yeah, but for all you AEW fans out there, if you ever want to buy this shit, it's $43 with tax after you purchase it on HBO Max. $43. Even though they say it's $39.99, but with tax, it's $43 because they hit my damn credit card with $43. That's how.
At least Bullfrog knows what taxes are. Seemingly. Okay, kind of. Okay.
They wrestled over Leia's penis, bullfrog.
Well, you gotta.
Oh, with them, with you. Let's stretch them in. Do a tug of war. Tug of war with their panties.
Okay, this is Ghost hopping in now.
Is anyone in your ear right now about Joe?
Okay, so YR already starting it up with
Anybody that Canadian side? Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, I reached it. Yay! This is a thing I kind of did want to review anyway.
No one's in my ear. I'm just calling here to confront Joe about what happened yesterday.
Yeah, YR asks, is anybody in Ghost's ear? Obviously not. But whatever.
Oh, Joe, are you here?
Joe?
And Joe leaves. What are the odds? Just reckon, yeah, just up and leave your show. Yeah.
Is Joe on a show on Trash and Joe? Is Joe on his own show? I think he's with
Joe's checking his water pipes right now.
Oh, come on, bullfrog.
And it's warranted joke. Joe Cronin decides to show his bill on stream. Dude, come on. And like, dude, at this point, like, it has to be one big fat joke at this point. Like, it cannot be a grift anymore. Like, if it ain't a grift, it's a big fat joke. And nobody buys it.
Well, he is. He's got to check the pipes.
He's checking his wife.
Yeah, you got to check that water pipe leak.
Check her water pipe.
You know, the funny thing is, I remember this is Pacharo I'm hearing. I didn't realize he was still around. Nobody knows a Pacharo, but Yes, I remember this guy very well.
Your water fight.
Nothing's really being talked about when it comes to Ghost's wrench taken away. Now it's just repeating the same phrase over and over. But that's ballpark for you.
Check Ghost's water pipe and the Canadian fucking hole that it came out of.
WWE water pipe.
Ghost loves
Joe's gonna fuck up that
All right,
that
let's just
like more words on.
loves that Canadian border.
seriously. How does anybody watch this stuff? I don't know. Like you're not talking about anything substantial. You just keep repeating phrases. I really don't understand.
Joe has a medium pipe. One that pool pipe 69.
What the fuck?
Sexual references.
Celebrate and worship Joe.
You celebrate your major YR.
Hey, just so you know, they just confirmed it in a 2 times speed. Like, yeah, they're kind of worshiping Joe.
Celebrate your nays. Are you the Paul Heyman of Joe?
Oh God! That's Pachara, guys.
Yeah, I'm just no YR is my Paul Heyman.
I ask again, how is anybody listening to this and not sighing in exasperation? Hey, Casey is Raw. How's it going?
It's the wise man.
YR.
Why are being the wise man? That guy, the guy who is on and off with Joe, hates Joe, then hates you, loves Joe the next day, and whatever.
YR is my YR is my master and commander.
Join the
Yeah. Good thing both aren't confirming this. Yep, thanks. So basically YR is a puppet master.
See, YR gets a pass and DJ Crazy go fuck himself. I know YR.
I'm to say the nays.
No, let's just skip ahead. I'm just skipping ahead. They're not. I really want to know the whole wrench spiel thing that went down. That's all. I'm not talking to Bullfrog, Casey. This is Bullfrog on Joe's show, and I'm more curious about the ghost and his wrench taken away. What was said between them instead of their like. I'm not even sure what they're going off on. But Joe's back.
How many nays about? Okay, no, no ghost is here.
So we're here now. We're at the point now. We're at the point now where I think they're going to address it. That's just what's going on here. So let's.
Apologize.
But
well, I don't know. Joe Cronin, we're not even sure. Joe Cronin, that he's God goes. Tell him that he's God.
Really, nothing happened. It was.
Hey, you see this? You see what I mean when it comes to the adultery here? Like Bullfrog, YR, and pretty much everybody on there, or at least almost everybody. I don't know about Ghost or Pacharo, but YR and Bullfrog so far are pretty much showing that they worship Joe.
Really weird.
Nobody's Joe either.
The weird thing is, I don't know if you know this, but coincidentally tonight, Junebug came back, and if you remember, years ago, people got in Junebug's ear, and then they were just attacking him, and it was awful. But it's a whole different world now, and it's crazy.
Well, we can talk about that later. But as far as I'm here, Joe, and I already talked about this in the past, where like Joe Cronin. Like 5 years ago, by the way. Hold on. There we go. Anyway, 5 years ago, where Joe Cronin brought up, kind of just out of nowhere, brought up like Gina J nudes, and Junebug was mad about this. So it's not like. So this is kind of the thing that Joe says about, oh, people were just in his ear saying this about Joe. Not really. Junebug has gotten fallen out with Joe as far as what Ken says. Junebug has fallen out with Joe multiple times already. So it's not like, yeah, he just, somebody told him to hate Joe and now he hates Joe. Obviously, there was moments where Junebug was mad at Joe for specific reasons. One main run was about Gina. So just to point that out.
Let me tell you something. Junebug is one of the biggest supporters ever here. He's an OG. He's got a whole different world now. He's so talented. He's back. He's really wonderful. You keep doing that, Bullfrog, I'm gonna kill you, brother. I'm gonna have to kill you.
It's funny when I threaten you, but look at this girl. He's a death threater.
Go ahead and interrupt.
I'm gonna break your legs, and I'm gonna break you, and I'm gonna call you an overweight spick. That's what I'm gonna do. Ghost, what's up, baby? Ghost, mic work?
Yeah, no, my fucking signal's fucked up.
Your what?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You sound good to me. It doesn't sound fucking.
Yeah, we can hear you virtually.
Here to girlfriend Joe, this fucking cracker. Tell him.
Man, you better tell someone.
You my nigga, bro, and I love you, bro.
Afternoon, Dave.
Oh my god, he already said the N-word right out.
Shit was bad. I love.
I seriously need a sacred skull to understand how people are listening into this. I am already bored.
Bro. You my nigga. That's it.
Why are you black now?
Yeah, why are you being black?
But I hear Joe likes black people anyway, so I don't see the difference.
This is why Ghost is having issues. Like, this is what's going on. He's becoming schizophrenic. He thinks he's black now.
Oh, right.
Though you didn't
All right, they're talking about it.
purposely go out to Van Gogh's ranch. Like, no, it was like
Go out to ban Ghost Ranch. Yes, the proper terminology Wire is using. Fucking moron. By the way, yes, it is perfectly logical to conclude that Ghost Wrench was taken away by accident. Joe just accidentally pressed buttons on his computer, and voila! Oh my God, it's gone. Yeah, that's what happened, right?
yes.
No, but I kind of get what happened, but it was just a goofy fucking thing.
Just a thing. That's the explanation. It was just a thing. No, like, how did it get taken away, Joe?
Well, because, and by the way, I have to give back the wrenches soon because I don't think anybody has a wrench, and it's weird looking in the chat.
Okay, this is one thing I really need it. I'm scratching my head right now. It's Joe's chat. It's literally his chat, and he doesn't know how wrenches are taken away. So this is one or two things you have to take to account. Okay, it doesn't matter who you are. It's either one or two things. One, Joe is just straight up lying, and he got mad at one point and decided to take everybody's wrench away. Yeah, or just hear me out. Or maybe, just maybe, he's a fucking idiot and retard and doesn't know what the fuck is going on in his channel, and he's not running his own channel, and or like he just, one of his kids just went on his computer that was able to access it and just fuck around it and just leave, and Joe Cronin just doesn't know. It's one of those things. Either way, though, it's just he doesn't know. Apparently, he's just not good at running his own shit.
Now that you said that, like 15 troll accounts are about to start popping up.
I know. Doesn't take much.
Yeah, the troll accounts popping up. Yeah, that's what's got to happen. When Joe says bullshit, troll accounts are going to attack him for no reason.
Bro, there is a thirsty, like quenching to just make sure that I don't, like, I can't do anything. People don't want me successful. They don't want me to be okay.
Well, it was me. Yeah, that's has to be the answer. Seriously, I don't get it. When I see people like send clips, and then I listen in, it's just like, how are you listening to this? It's just a depressed guy saying everybody is out to get him. This is what I'm hearing. What is exactly like? Okay, I don't know where to go with this. I don't get it. Let's just go. Maybe there's more.
I thought you were a psycho when you would say that, but due to what
Nobody wants to hurt Joe. But nobody does. The only person that probably hurt Joe, if in fact the only person in fact that ever hurt Joe was Scott with the chasing away donators. But he'll just ignore that though.
was happening for the past couple of nights, I really believe you now.
There isn't much questioning over the wrench, to be honest. Here, Ghost. You didn't even really question him on this. In fact, he just kind of just said, whatever and stuff. It's just weird, and that's it. And went on to be like, yeah, the trolls are gonna hurt me and stuff, and they want me to die and not be successful and stuff. Because that's totally what the case is, right? People just want him to fail.
It's serious. I was talking to Rojas about this, and I won't talk about some of the things I said with Rojas and people we mentioned, but Rojas was telling me some things, and I was like, man, there are really legitimately people obsessed with me that are like, they're like lives.
Yeah, well, why don't you just say their names, Joe? Because we know for a fact that Luke Rojas was talking about the, Ken, Dave, and Tony when he made a video about them saying, why do these people talk about Joe? Just say the names, dude. Just say the names. We know who you're referring to. And in fact, like, how do you, okay. What is his evidence? What's Joe's evidence on these same people that want to hurt Joe? These three want to hurt Joe at all. Want him to fail. What's the evidence? And please and thank you. That's all I'll ask. And talking about you, when you talk about them, in vaguely is, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, yeah. Let's just go.
Revolve around like, how can we fuck this guy up? And it's been
like pancake.
Seriously, how is anybody saying this? Who's saying this?
Yeah, it's been for 10 years. It's been 10 years of it too. Like some of the people.
Yeah, no. Again, who's saying this? Just say the names.
People like have been doing it for 10 years. If you can believe it, Ghost. Like you're so late. But and there's many things that Ghost that there's people like around that you might be around that I'm like you, but whatever. I don't tell you what to do, but there's just a lot of bad stuff.
I know how to divide shit. When somebody comes and tells me something, I'm like, all right, cool. There's something wrong with you because I haven't seen that. So
right.
I just go about my business. But I did see one person that I was like, no way, there's something really wrong with you. And to that,
I'm assuming he's referring to Casey, because he and Casey, like, that's another thing to talk about. Like, he and Casey have been at each other's throats, and I'm guessing this is where he's going to bring up Casey as wrong.
One person I know you're hearing because you're a stalker. I'm going to dig up your dead wife and shit on her remains.
Whoa, dead wife?
You know who you are, yeah.
Dead wife. Why don't you dig up Casey's Raw's old dead wife and then shit on her?
That's exactly the one I'm talking about.
Oh.
Casey, I'm going to dig up your dead wife's corpse and shit.
Yeah, I didn't have to bring him up
on it, bro.
Oh my God, jeez.
And I'm gonna fuck it.
Well, what if I told you he's the least of the problems? So, like, you don't even know, and you're attacking him, but you really should probably attack other people. But that's okay. That's okay. But
bro,
no, but no.
What I've seen
Yeah,
it's mainly that motherfucker.
well, he's been gaslit by other people, and then
Gaslit. Gaslight.
people act like he's crazy, but they gaslit him. But I get it. I don't know where you.
He's been gaslighted, Joe. Gaslighted. Gaslit. No. Gaslighted.
I don't exactly know what you're talking about. I mean, I is he talking about me or something?
Bro, he hates you.
What?
You know, this honestly, Joe is actually genuinely shocked about this, and this goes to show Ghost. Casey does not actually like. Okay, let me put it this way. This goes to show you, and like Casey, and I've already explained this. Casey literally just made videos on Joe, making fun of the water bill. You can call in a bit, Dave. Let me just finish on my diatribe. Like, this is what I was talking about. Casey literally was going on what he was seeing here. And I even talked about this beforehand where Casey, and this is where I think Joe will talk about this too, where Casey was just, going off on what he was seeing and just having fun and making fun of it, right? And therefore, he just played with it. Ghost saw it as, and what he says is, oh, he wishes people to stop donating to Joe. And this whole spiel of, I think, Casey wants Joe to lose his livelihood started, but that wasn't the case at all. In fact, Casey admitted, and this is back in when I asked him about the drama drive-through. I asked him about it. He admitted that he was trying to emulate Dave. So anything he was seeing from other people, from Joe, he was literally just following the trend. So he was influenced. And he's going to say Casey was manipulated like he just did now. So there you go. So I'm going to invite Dave because he wants to call in. Of course he can call in, buddy. Always. Always. And putting this in. And there we go. So, and I'll just wait till he enters in because he has opinions. And I did wish somebody did review it, so that's why I'm doing it, because, like, this is another thing. And they didn't, and so far, they're not really talking about the wrench. It's just kind of like lost over at this point. Goes, I was like, oh, you didn't take away the wrench purposely. I'm like, just get the fuck out of here. Man, anyway, I'll wait for.
I feel like he just his wife, dude.
What? He's like a sweetheart.
Joe is literally shocked. He himself does not see Casey doing this. Like, when he's talking about other people, he's literally referring to people like Dave and Ken, right? So, yeah.
Like, he hates you with a passion. Like,
shut up, Bullfrog. You don't know that.
But he's like, what? He's like a sweetheart.
Oh,
no, bro. No.
No, my God. I'm just going off of what some guy Ghost says. I really don't know. Shut up, Bullfrog. Like, he doesn't know. He just hears some. This is how Bullfrog is. He hears something and he just rolls with it as well. All right, we're adding Dave Rose. Hello, Dave. You're on stage. What's going on?
Thank you for taking my call, despite the fact that it is earlier in your show. From what I've heard, I didn't tune in at the beginning. Juggling a lot of things like laundry and other, normal adult things. But we have Joe Cronin, who still refuses to say my name, and it's hilarious. He's said other people's name, including Ken's, but it's my name that is the one that is never uttered. I'm like basically Voldemort, I guess. Like, you cannot say his name. And then you have these like, oh, whatever, I don't know. How he ends certain conversations so as to put an end to it, like, oh, well, I don't know, and then whatever, and just moves on from the fact, because we just heard earlier, it's just like, yeah, well, Casey's the least of your problems. Like, there's a lot of other bad people out there, and like, they're doing bad things. And obviously he's referring to me because, again, Ghost is being confronted at the fact that he's been hanging out with me, that he's in my Discord, that I'm perfectly, willing to admit that he is, and so is he. That he's disagreed with Casey, and like, but he's also donated to me, and it's just like, that doesn't fall well on Joe, and he's not pleased with that. But he can't bring himself to raise my name, but he'll still certainly question Ghost from the Coast as to why he has his affiliation with me, and he actually prefaced it with saying, "Oh, I would never tell you what to do or anything, but I got to tell you one thing: you got these evil people that you're associating with." So, what is that supposed to be seen as? Please continue.
Clearly, and this is what Joe is trying to allude to, and this is where he says, "Oh, Casey's a sweetheart." I'm generally thinking that he is shocked that this is the first time, and I think he's trying to allude to the fact that Casey is influenced. Now, I talked about this on your show too with Ghost. Like Casey sees, and clearly he saw the water bill. Clearly, he thought it was a joke that he wouldn't even pull this. I talked about this beforehand. Clearly, the water bill is a joke at this point. I am convinced that it's one big fat joke. There's no way.
Joke. That's a thing that I fucking said.
Yeah. So, but for Joe, especially Joe, I think he even sees that as a joke too. Not it's. I don't even see it as a.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing though. He's done this in the past where people make fun of him of a certain thing, and he's like, "Okay, I'll run with it, and I'll make a joke out of that." So he's done that in the past, perfectly fine.
Yeah. So basically, I'm seeing that as a joke for Joe, and Casey's running with that and made jokes the same way. And I think Joe was saying,
not so much.
Casey was, well, he said he's gaslit, which is stupid. But I'm saying Casey,
that was also something I'm glad that you raised, because he did say that. Joe did say that. And just like, so you're basically saying that anybody that associates with somebody else, is he saying the same thing about Ghost? Clearly not. But like anybody that associates with me or Ken has basically been gaslit into believing that we're good guys and we actually did bad things to Joe. That is what he's insinuating with that statement.
Oh yeah, he did. This is where I asked, like, okay, what are the bad things? Just evidence, please and thank you.
Yes,
names.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he does this stuff, it's annoying, and that's why I like when the guys send the clips in the drama section. I listen to it. I'm just going. I'm listening right now. I'm going. How are you listening to this? How does anybody listen to this? It's just what was me. Oh, I'm victim. They try to hurt me. When that was Scott the entire time back 5 years ago, but it's just ignore that though, right? Right.
Yeah, that's a great point that many aren't raising.
Yes, but we talk about now. Nobody's trying to hurt him, but apparently somehow some white people want him to take him down. He run up talking to Luke Rojas. Oh, there are people that are obsessed with you. Clearly, they're talking about Ken, Tony, and you. Remember the Luke Rojas did a review on your show?
Yep.
They're like, how dare you talk about Joe Cronin and bring up actual points? I agree with them, but how dare you? It's like, wait, you know these things and you're defending it? Why not just, I don't know. You say he brings up Ken. Well, he's even avoiding Ken. And I guarantee you, I promise you, I already see where it's coming. Like, Joe's going to make a reference saying, well, Casey was being manipulated or something like that. He's always saying that about his donators. He even said that about Junebug.
It certainly was. It was because me and you fucking badgered Casey so much that he made fucking so many AIs about Joe's water bill that me and Out with Cows was like, maybe this is a little excessive because you keep fucking spamming my fucking drama chat with all these videos on Joe. And it's just like, dude, I get it. The water bill, it's a lot. Yeah, it's, right now it's moved from fucking joke and shit. Because like even Ken made a fucking donation on the water bill. Hilarious, again, commenting on social things. That's what somebody who does a show like this does. But like even Ken was telling me, he's like, you know what? I'm done with the water bill fucking donation. It's funny and shit, but like it's too much. Like, and I'm pulling it back. But like Casey just bam, 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 all these fucking things. And it's just like, dude, that is a little excessive. And it seems like it's obsession because, okay, we get it. The water bill. I reviewed that shit. He shows the pink slip and all that. Like, it's kind of not cool. And Joe was like saying, oh, these people want to see me fail. No, the fact is he's a liar there, straight up fucking tongue, split tongue devil fucking lying there, because both Ken and I on air have said we want to see this guy do good, but we also don't want to see his family destitute. We don't want to see his kids unable to fucking take a bath, like we don't want to see that. So any fucking word to the contrary and direction to us is not only false, it's malicious statements that are untrue.
Yeah, but on to Casey, like Joe is going to allude to the thing of like the manipulation. I more alluded to the fact that there was influence. Casey saw something, and yeah, he ran with it. And if Joe were to say there was influence, fine, I agree with that, but it's not manipulation. No one's telling Casey to do these things, and he's going to try to be like, "Oh, this is the people." Well, you're mad at the wrong people. Well, like
True.
Casey, let's be honest here. Like you said, Casey was pretty consistent about this. But don't get me wrong, I do still question the livelihood state, trying to ruin the livelihood state, wanting Joe's
That was
livelihood ruined.
told to me. I repeated that. That's all it is. It just like fucking and I've got, again, this is a criticism to oh fuck, I'm losing my train of thought here.
Ghost.
Yeah, well, yeah, to Ghost, but also a criticism where, so Ghost, for example, said, oh, well, Ken said that Ghost leaked information to Joe. And I was like, no, he didn't. And Ken said, no, he didn't, because it wasn't the case. Is the fact that there is consistency. Anthony, you may have brought this up as well. You were fucking the most level headed of what was going on during that in my drama channel. But it was just like, no, he is speaking on experience, because this has actually happened in the past where somebody was let into a server and they saw things that were against their cultish mentality. So they went to Joe and they fucking, said these things, despite the fact that, again, most of the stuff is anyway said on air, on streams. Like, you're not willing to fucking hold back on what you say. Neither am I, and Ken as well. So like, there's people who are talking about this. So like, these people would go and leak this information, and not just Joe, other people. And then, there was obviously a track record of people that were invited, unfortunately, to servers that would then go and start to try to start shit from what they heard on a server. And those people were removed. So again, that's experience from what happened. So Ghost was out of turn in criticizing Ken by saying, oh, well, he accused me of this. No, nobody accused Ghost of anything. They just said, this is what we've experienced in the past. Maybe this is a possibility. But nobody accused Ghost, so I called him out on that as well.
Well, I'll touch up on that later on, because that does honestly need a bit more context, and I haven't witnessed this. But back onto the Casey, because this is a bigger thing.
Okay.
Joe, I guarantee you, Joe is going to be like, oh, like Casey's been manipulated. He's only doing this because other people are telling him and stuff. Well, like, no, nobody's gonna tell. Nobody's telling him that. Like,
if we're the ones telling them to pipe down from all the fucking AIs, it's certainly not us who fucking encouraged them to do it in the first place. It was Casey and Casey alone. So to say that he's fucking gaslit by us it's insulting, really. Not just like laughable, it's insulting. It's like, how dare you fucking think that we can, and Casey should be the maddest. She'd be like, how dare you say that these people can control my mind? I do my own thing based on what I choose to do.
Is especially the fact that Casey, regardless of what people think of him, he's capable of normal thought. And that's kind of the why I'm trying to tell.
I know that he's not retarded. He's certainly not in the level dysgenic fucking, primordial soup type thing. Like Bullfrog he's barely sentient, to be quite honest. He's barely sentient. I mean, the fact that the government that just didn't decide to euthanize him, speaks a lot about the fraud in American politics. But again, like Casey's not Bullfrog. He knows what he's fucking doing.
Yes. So this whole thing. And I promised you, Joe's going to say this. You gotta. No, let's just listen into this. You're gonna hear it.
He hates you with a passion. Really?
By the way, Bullfrog is sitting there saying like, Casey hates you with the passion, Joe, like as if he would know anything. Like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he doesn't know what left, right, up, or down is. Why is he acting like he knows what Casey does?
Yes. Good point.
Nah, just going on though. Let's continue.
That's why I'm telling you this. It's fucking insanity. What? Casey, I hope you get hit by a bus tomorrow.
Wow. You hear how baffled Joe sounds about this. So even Joe is kind of shocked.
No, he's playing. He's playing that. He knows exactly what's been going on because he's been listening to me, and it's reflected by some of these comments that I was saying about earlier. He won't say my name, but he's saying, "Oh, you're associating with people and they're gaslighting you." He's referring to Dave Rose.
I'm more referring to Joe's ambiguous nature where he's acting shocked. He's acting shocked, and I think he might be shocked about this.
He's not.
Maybe
he knows what's going on. He's playing the role. That's what I'm saying. He knows what's going on. He's just pretending. I didn't know about that, Casey. But tell me more.
Well, he does do that a lot of times.
Yes, he does.
But he does. So you're right about that aspect. I'm sure I probably shouldn't give him the benefit of the doubt because he listens to it.
He's already burned himself with his track record. What's the saying? Fool me once, shame on you.
Shame on you.
Twice,
Fool me twice,
shame on me.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah,
and that's actually something, and I'm glad that you brought this up earlier in my drama chat, but it's just like you were telling Ghost, as was I. It's just like, dude, there's a track record already. You can claim that he's your friend, but he sees you as a walking ADM. And again, all this experience and all this repeated pattern that all these other people who are totally different in their outlook in life have said the same thing, experienced the same thing. You cannot dismiss that because, again, there's some truth to that.
Yeah, it's just way too much evidence at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like this is why I say this is why Dave says Joe's faking it. Like the ambiguous nature, like this is a common thing with Joe. Whether he even knows or not, he does pay attention.
He knows, dude. He knows what he's fucking doing. He's not a retard.
But
he's
good
at manipulating people. I'll give him that. He's very good at emotionally manipulating people. Very good.
That's true. But I gotta listen to his way of explaining of I guess he was just manipulated. You should really be going after other people.
Right. I agree with that.
Shut up, Bullfrog.
He was always he's like silly, stupid,
dude, Bullfrog. I don't know why he talks. Like, does this guy not shut up?
Nope.
Yeah, like he left a while ago because he kind of he believes things about me that people say. And then
what people? What people?
About? Yeah, right. Well, he just believes people about what
Before
they say
I came
about
on
me.
the show, Bullsy. Before I came on, you were like, "What people? What are their names?" And the same thing applies every time he makes this blanket say, "Oh, the people." Name names, because it's not the people. If it was, then you'd be booed out of this place. But it's a certain select few that you're referring to, but you won't say their names. Please say their names.
Yeah, well, I don't say names though, so it could be anybody. That's the answer you again. It cannot be this hard. He always does this thing, and you just heard it right now. Well, it's other people that he listens to, and now he hates me and stuff
who's that? Who are these people he listens to?
Yeah.
Can you point us to an example so we can make up our own minds like humans? Or are you going to dictate to us what the truth is and be the arbiter of morality?
Right.
People are in his ear.
Oh my, dude! Bullfrog is really irritating right now. He pulled a mellow. He pulled a mellow and just parroted what Joe said. Are you kidding me? Dude, why is he there? Wasn't this guy on your show last time talking about how he's being disrespected and now he's on there having a good time? Which one is it, Bullfrog?
That's right. No, I can't figure out my stories, but right now Joe's treating me good, and I can talk about fucking getting froggy with people. So yeah, you know what? Ken's not my best friend. It's Joe. That's what's happening right now. Literally, that's what's happening right now. Because when the retard gets the attention, well, that's their best friend. And if it's not that, they'll try to fall back on Ken, as we heard. So
Bullfrog has always been entitled. So this is why I always took it down. I've said, yes, he's either so retarded.
It came down to that. That's the thing, is that in this community, things get so insane that it came down for Dave Rose essentially saying, I need to see your papers. If not, we're going to have to figure out what this whole niece thing is about. And he showed me his papers. It was a fucking binder that was 4 inches thick. And I had to cut him off because he page after page after page of actual clinical diagnosis on Bullfrog, saying this guy is fucking retarded. He can't take care of himself. And although he has limited skills in regards to being able to cook for himself and all that, use the internet somewhat, but like he cannot function without some sort of guidance from the government. And I saw that I saw those papers, dude. I saw those papers. I was criticized for it, but like, if it wasn't for that, I would still suspect that maybe this guy was saying the truth when it came to his niece and all that. And that was all fucking questionable in the past. So once I saw that, I was like, okay, you're a certified retard. I see the government fucking documents. They issued you a fucking binder of this stuff. I understand legal documents, and that's legit. So enough. Don't show me anymore. Okay. I won't fucking mention the niece thing because clearly it's just you being a retard. But that's the truth, dude. That is the truth. I saw those papers. I was criticized about that. But again, up to that point, he was talking about molesting his fucking niece. So, you know, what are people going to ignore that shit?
You know, like Dave, that whole story, like, yeah, I believe firmly now like Bullfrog is that fucking retarded. But they did, like, believe it or not, this whole thing wasn't started with Bullfrog. It actually started within Joe's Discord on hold session. I was there at the time where it started being speculated more so as an indoor joke as Bullfrog loving his niece. I'll put it that way. And that's where it started. And everybody kind of just like from there kind of spread it. And it turns into, oh, Bullfrog, rapes his niece. But no, we were there. Like, that was a whole freaking joke. So if Bullfrog is saying something like
no,
this,
but he was saying things. He was saying things on air that would make people question that. So again, it doesn't matter about the Discord. It was the fact that he was saying things on air that people would speak about in private, saying like, "Is this guy really saying what he's saying?" And even Joe would question that sort of thing.
Well, even so, like, they whole started with the whole thing in the Discord, and honestly, Bullfrog is the kind of guy who will just say anything because it gets him attention. So this is how dumb he is. Like, this whole thing started within the Discords, and at the time he'd be mad about, being accused of this stuff. But when he says it on air, he thinks it's funny as well. It's just how Bullfrog is. It's either funny for him or he gets triggered by it. It's the same thing with the trolling. Like, sometimes you'll have fun with it, but until it happens to him, yeah, Bullfrog kind of trolls by, calling in and bitching about these same people, and then laughs when you're getting angry at him until you call him out. This is who Bullfrog is. Like, so I'm telling you right now, the whole niece thing, he's not capable of. Even if he says something like this, it's just a whole thing of shock jock, and that's the thing to do over there. So we have to look at it that aspect. Bullfrog she's not capable of this, regardless of what you heard. It started with an on-hold session. Okay, it's not true. That's just what Bullfrog is. The same thing as Casey, but far worse. Saw it, kind of ran with it, thought it would be funny. It's the same thing with the gay shtick that Bullfrog is running with. He sees Joe does it. Joe incites to do this. Bullfrog runs with it, and you got a bunch of sexual harassments because Bullfrog thinks it's funny because Joe said it's funny. You get my point?
That's an addition. But yes, that is something that I've noticed with Bullfrog, where if he gets attention for certain behavior, no matter how disgusting and despicable it is, he'll purposely do it. And again, you were raising that topic by showing screenshots of this guy saying, "Let's get froggy animals," and all this disgusting sexual harassment. And I've experienced that as well. And it's absolutely disgusting, but that is absolutely, like you said, an influence by Joe, and not just Bullfrog. Bullfrog's just the best example to show it. But you've had other people that were cultist of Joe who have, again, I get they don't have a proper father figure, I guess. I don't know. But the bottom line is that the only way for them to attract Joe is to act gay and do this gay shit on the internet and stuff. Moan, fucking, let's get froggy. And like, there's been other people that watch Joe. But again, primarily it's just been individuals that just act gay. And it's gross.
Yeah. And I was like, I guess, I don't know how to put it. Like, oh shit. What did it? Why did it do that? But
That's
anyway,
all you
yes,
have
I
to say.
agree.
It's gay. That's as much as you need to fucking put it.
Yeah, it is gay. So like anyway, so going off of that, point being, if Bullfrog ever said anything about his niece in the whole thing, no, just no, he does it for attention. This is who Bullfrog is. That's just he's an entitled little shit. If you don't give him it, you're a piece of shit. That's I'll put it that way. So let's listen in.
No one's in his ear.
No, they are. They are.
No one's in his ear.
They are.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. Oh, they are in his ear. Who told Casey to make those videos?
Casey did. Nobody else did.
So who told Casey to hate Joe? Nobody did. And in fact, I was, Dave, you need to know this. I was in fact called into a show and I brought up the, drama drive-through. Well, what was it called? I think it was drama drive-through, where I asked Casey, why did you make... Yeah, Casey, why'd you make that stream? Why were you going at Joe? He was talking about like, it pissed me off and all that stuff. I was telling him, like, dude, you really had no reason to be pissed at Joe, especially for things that were happening since 5 years ago. So like, now you're gonna be pissed at him? Like I was telling him
that on my last show. It's just like, how much did you donate that apparently it hurt you on the doll? Because the fact is, you had people like Nikki J who donated for years. And when it came to cutting, off Joe Cronin, just like, because he got treated like shit by Joe Cronin, Nikki was like, okay, fine, it's over. That's it. I'm not going to make any videos. I'm not going to fucking do drama diners. And I'm just moving on. That's it. But like, meanwhile, you've got Casey, who I don't know how much he donated to Joe, but I don't think it's as much as fucking Nikki did. And he's making like 5 fucking AI videos in a row about that. Like, what does that tell me about his mental state, And I'm bad for calling it out? Really, nigga?
I mean, let's put it this way. Like I say, I personally don't see the issue with making the joke, but the excessivity is what Dave is talking about. And yes, you see Dave on stream criticizing it. So even he is saying this. We've all told Casey he doesn't even need to hate Joe. Like, what reason did he have to hate Joe in the first place?
Hold on. I will say there are reasons to hate Joe. I don't hate Joe, but there are reasons to hate Joe.
No, more personal reasons.
People like who don't like Himmelfarb certainly has a right to hate Joe, right? But again, there are reasons to hate Joe. Does Casey have a reason to hate Joe? I don't know. It depends on how much money the guy donated to the guy. But like, other than that, I really don't see a reason why to hate Joe.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about, like a personal reason. And that's what I was trying to tell Casey at the time. And I'm pretty sure you did too. Like, what exactly did Joe do to you that makes you hate him? And he admitted to me that he was trying to emulate Dave during the drama streams. And that's when that's
where everyone makes a mistake. Where again, like even Costanza, for example, is like, I'm gonna get into the mix. This is a side note, by the way, but Costanza during the drama wars, like, I'm gonna fucking try to throw shit at other people. And then when he did, he's being threatened with his life and stuff, and he shows me a screenshot. I laugh. He's like, how dare you? Like, these people are threatening me. It's just like, but dude, I already told you, don't get involved in this shit. I fucking said that from the beginning. If you know what you're doing, you might not want to get involved. But if you do, you're gonna fucking face retribution from some of these other people that are involved. So it's like, maybe just let me fucking take the damage and you guys can just watch the show. But he did that. Costanza did that. So again, very similar with Casey and stuff. It's like, oh, I'm aghast about the reaction. It's just like, but dude, maybe you should have. And again, with my chat, that you Bullseye, continue to tell them, I've lost count, how many times they'll be like, you know what, Casey, just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. You know what? You might be mad, but you know what? Maybe it's best if you don't say anything. And what did he do? Double down and continue to say things despite the recommendations that you did, not because you were going to get anything from it, but because you were trying to be the logical individual. You told Casey, don't do that. What did he do? He fucking responds to Ghost, and Ghost now fucking goes on a tirade. Shit that I don't condone, okay? But saying shit about Casey's dead wife and all that. But it's just like, at that point, you also have to realize if you're instigating fucking Ghost from the Coast, you're kind of bringing that on yourself. And you had several people, including Bullseye, who was the most vocal, telling you, don't fucking respond. And you did it anyways. And then you got that response from Ghost. The only person you've got to blame is yourself. And I know that you're in there in the fucking the chat there, Casey. You're not showing up, but like because you've blocked me, apparently you've blocked other people. Hilarious, very pussy. But I've got the screenshots of people who have gone incognito into the fucking chat of this video. Dialog Den, misspelled by the way, Bullsy. But
It's
maybe the irony of that is hilarious. But again, Casey, I know you're around. I know you're fucking listening. And that's pussy for you to block me, not just leave my fucking Discord, but block me and others in YouTube. Because why? You know?
Well, we could talk about that later. But what I'm more focused on is Joe's lies about who told Casey to do it. And those are things, don't get me wrong, I think I should talk about myself as well, because like there's lots to get into that is not going to be talked about until I bring it up. And oh shit. So that's just the way it is. But when it comes to Joe, he is not now trying to tell Ghost, no, Casey was just manipulated to do things, like as if somehow, some way we were like controlling Casey. But whatever. Anyway, let's go.
Well, then he's just fucking stupid then.
Well, I think it's possible.
Really stupid people.
He may have gone off the rails, but he may have gone like too far off the rails or something. But that's surprising because he's always nice. He's still like, even not that long ago, was like saying something nice to me, like not that long ago.
Oh, really?
Say something like what exactly? Like this is the thing where like he's now. You already brought this up where he plays aloof. Like this is the thing where I'm just asking. Casey in the Discords was like, "Oh, I haven't been around Joe since last year." So basically, like, who do we believe at this point, Joe or Casey? I don't think Casey's a liar. I know Joe to be a liar. You know.
Yep.
And
pathological, even pathological. Yes.
Yes. And Ghost. And this is another thing. Ghost was like, "Oh, Joe says this." Like honestly, like considering what you. Seeing Ghost at this point and what everybody's the information we're trying to relay to you, I'm still kind of shocked that you're still going to be like on Joe's side with this. This isn't even saying don't watch Joe. This is like, at this point. So like,
yes, you do. Yes. At this point you do. Nobody can claim ignorance at this point.
Yeah. Here's the thing. 5 years ago, like, you remember 5 years ago, Dave, where like we first met, we were talking about Joe. Of course, I was listening into Joe, but it was pretty obvious it becomes pretty obvious at some point where Joe is just trying to hide things. And if you remember correctly, where I asked a question about and this is when a while back, where he deleted a comment of mine where I asked him, "Hey, are you still associated with Scott? Because I saw a live stream you did with them together." And he was like, "Oh no, I didn't. I'm not associated with them. I'm just defending myself." And he comes to me in DMs afterwards saying, "Oh, why are Dave again report my stream as a bashment and hate me? But you can hang out with him if you want because I'm about done with YouTube." 5 years ago, right? Hi, Minnesota Vikings. Anyway, so this is the thing though Joe does. So it becomes pretty easy to recognize the moment you show any sort of disagreements or any sort of like, the best way to put it is like indifference to something, and it turns into, "Oh, you're a backstabber. Oh, you're being manipulated. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that." It was even talked about in Ken's show. I'm not lying. This is what happens. You show any form. And when I reviewed, Ghost didn't really press the information about the wrench. It just kind of just leaves and it goes about Casey. Like, why didn't you press that? Like, Joe's clearly not saying anything. Goes, oh, I don't know. It's weird and whatever and stuff like and stuff. And it turns about Casey. Don't you think it's a bit kind of, a deflection there?
Yeah.
What's up?
Suspicious?
Yeah. And he doesn't elaborate. And Ghost was like, "Oh, he's talked about like it was a glitch in the Nightbot, so like Nightbot takes wrenches away."
Yeah, that's the funniest thing. It's just like, and it was already proven. Danimal showed it as well, but it's just like Nightbot can't fucking control that. So if you say, well, the glitch happened with Nightbot, but Nightbot doesn't have the ability to remove wrenches. So even if Nightbot had a glitch, it would not have affected wrenches, and therefore you wouldn't have lost your wrench. No, you've got to accept what both I and Bolsey have told you, fucking Ghost, is the fact that this was purposely done because he either heard you on my show or he just saw you in the comments or he heard me talking about you, and he made that decision to actively remove your wrench. Then, when confronted, he doubles down, lies, and says, no, it must have been a glitch. I certainly didn't do it. But then before that happens, we have Matt Cardone, he was given wrench again, although it's not the real Cardone, or it is, I don't know, all these fucking convoluted stories from Joe. And then Matt Cardone loses the wrench, and then fucking Ghost from the Coast gets the wrench. And then afterwards, fucking Matt Cardone now has a fucking wrench again. So what's going on?
So you think it's a glitch in the night, but I don't know, like, and stuff. Like, you don't know what's happening in your own chat, Joe.
It's a
glitch fucking in
the Joe tricks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but basically, that's what they're trying to tell. Dude, there's so many fucking examples of
so many
this
holes.
kind of shit.
I mean, shit. There's more holes in fucking in Joe's story than fucking Swiss cheese. Like it's riddled. It's riddled with holes.
Yes, so more holes than a pomegranate. I'll just put it that way.
Indeed.
Yeah, like this is not even the first time Joe tries to spin his web of fucking bullshit. Like,
and then he claims ignorance, and you called it out, being aloof. Like, oh, I didn't know about that. No, you absolutely did know about that because you were watching that shit. You're just pretending and playing like, you didn't know, but you did know. You did know, and you acted like you didn't. That's the worst fucking betrayal. Is it like somebody's pretending to be stupid, although they know exactly what the fuck's going on? Because if they were to play smart, then they'd be exposed for the liar that they are. That's exactly what I'm fucking seeing here. Also,
yes,
I need to go for a smoke, so I'm going to try to connect this on my phone, but we'll see if it works.
Okay. But I love talking about this. It's not even the first time Joe has done something like this. A while back, and I love talking about this, a while back where I was kicked from Joe's Discord. And this is my favorite because it was an obvious lie. I was kicked from Joe's Discord. And this was at the time where I've started talking with YR, Dave, Ken, etc., all those people, right? And then afterwards, I was kicked from Joe's Discord. Joe does a stream, and a lot of his co-hosts were saying, oh, well, everybody's banned while in Joe's Discord being able to call in. And I'm just sitting there like, clearly we're talking about two different things. And I knew they were going to do this too, because at the time it turns into Bolsey's crazy. He keeps saying he's banned from Discord, but everybody's banned. See, look, we can't chat anymore. And I'm just referring to being kicked from Discord, not banned, kicked. I use the word kicked. This is the thing they do. Like, they'll pull stunt like this. Joe has pulled a stunt like this before, where he'll do something, then act like he didn't do anything, and be like, "Oh, it's something else entirely. No, it's this. It didn't happen at all," like, and stuff. This is what you get from Joe. It's not the first time. Again, Ghost, you're not the first person that Joe did this sort of thing to. Do kind of take your wrench away or ban you, kick you, do whatever, and be like, "Oh, I don't know what happened." You see the. Am I not making sense yet? At this point, it should make sense. At this point, like, there's just too many evidence to show that Joe is a liar. Let's go.
Yeah,
It's weird.
fake fucking
Really?
Oh,
That's crazy,
man.
bro. That's crazy to hear. Like, I was kind of joking around, but like, because I don't know, I haven't.
I was just joking around, like, I didn't know you were talking about Casey up until I brought up somebody's dead wife. When you brought up the dead wife first, I didn't know.
Seen him in months, but it's a couple months ago. I mean, he was in Discord a couple months ago saying, like, Joe, did you know that this something like that? And I was like, oh,
Wow, dude.
it's in the Discord. It's probably I deleted the whole thing, but I mean the history.
How convenient. He just deleted the whole thing. How convenient. He was just saying something like, it was in a month ago, but I deleted the whole thing. So, like, there's no evidence. But, hey, I deleted the whole thing. I know for sure, and stuff. I love it.
Was the history?
I'm gonna shit on him like I'm gonna shit on his dead wife.
Good. I hope you do.
Ghost, it's not true. I'm sorry to tell you. Clearly, Joe's full of it. He deleted his Discord. Well, by the way, he just said he deleted his Discord. How is his Discord deleted if you're in his Discord? Kind of bizarre, don't you think?
That motherfucker.
Wow, that's great.
Like I told her,
I hope you take a big toxic shit all over his dead wife.
Because, like, no, seriously, like, Bullfrog has just been saying the same things throughout the time. He hasn't said anything substantial. Like, again, this is the same guy who complained about being mistreated, talked over, this, that, and the other. Now he's still there, like, you know, like, what is this now?
He's just pussy to this shit right on that.
Bullfrog, do you believe in Joe Hendry's on the whole?
Oh my, that's Pacharo. Oh my god, dude! Like Pacharo. Like I. By the way, I know Pacharo. Yes, he's another fucking idiot. No, I just put it that way.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
You wave your dick up from side to side.
Up and down.
Wave your dick from side.
Casey, you're free to call in if you want. Dave's not here.
I decide. Well, we did get. There's a lot of couple of people came to the Patreon today.
You kind of just glassed over everything, huh?
So I want to thank them. Not just Ghost, who came back.
Who kind of came back, or the fact that he never left you, but you assumed he left. You can't. I guess you can't run with the stabbing today, can you, Joe?
It's easy to get really confused. I will tell you.
Confused. Yeah, I know. Like, it's easy for you to play confused.
I will tell you, it's very easy to get confused. But one thing I can say for Ghost is a really important thing, because he's just a real person, I think. Is like, dude, it can get very confusing about what's really going on with a lot of things. And to his credit, like, I mean,
it's really going.
No, it's the StreamYards, Casey. You can call in. Yes. I'll put a StreamYards link again if in case you didn't see it. So, I'm not in Dave's Discord. So there you go. If you want to say your piece or whatever, want to talk about whatever, give your side, then fine. I'm all here.
He figured it out. I mean, I don't even know.
By the way, just going off what Joe said, it's confusing to what's really going on. You don't know what's going on. You do know what's going on. In fact, it's not as confusing as he's making it out to be. I should bring this up. I should really bring this up. Hey, Dave, remember the time where Keith Barber brings up your streams to Joe? And he says, if you watch Dave's streams about you, you'd really get a good insight about you, dear. Oh, and Joe was like, oh, well, when people make lies about me, it makes it hard to watch. He said this, so he certainly knows what's going on. In fact, it shows that he watches. So I'm just leaving it out there.
Oh, what happened? I don't even know what happened. But
I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, he's fucking doing it again, you fat faggot, bro. I'm gonna come there and fuck your niece's pussy out of her skull in front of you while your faggot brother shoots himself in the throat because he's scared.
Should I even let this play on my stream? Would this get me taken down? I mean, I'm not against like shock jack, but this is kind of like the rape stuff thing. What's going on in the background, Dave?
You are correct, good sir.
Yes, but like I said before, like Joe definitely does watch. So like him going, oh, it's confusing what's going on. You don't know what's going on, but let me tell you what's going on. Shut up. Like you either know what's going on or you don't. Which one is it?
Everybody, all right, motherfucker, shut the fuck up when Daddy's talking, okay? Before
Oh
I
yeah, I was also talking about how Joe is, threatening to do his knees, and so clearly it's not a bullfrog thing. It's clearly a thing over there now. Now it's like maybe it's just being a child molester is a popular thing over there. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know why anybody listens into this anymore. How am I listening into this? This is a thing. Like, this is probably going to put me on FBI death watch or something.
fucking fuck you like Casey's dead whore too. You fuck.
So like, I mean, it's always been Shock Jock, right? You're not able to click on that stream. Well, you're watching. I presume you're watching on your like, in the portrait level where you do the shorts and you scroll through the shorts and you find your stream and you click watch stream.
No,
Yeah.
go to his channel. Go to fucking Bullfrog. Sure, Bullsy's channel. My bad. Go to Bullsy's channel and you'll see the live stream and you can click on that, see the chat, and then you can click on the link. Even though you've got me muted or blocked in the chat there and I can't see what you're saying, but I know what critical error that you are committing right now. Bullsy's trying to help you.
Yeah. Yes. And Dave, thanks for sharing me. Honestly, I would call you retard for calling me bullfrog, but I have dialogues misspelled, so I can't talk
No,
either.
I also smoke the joint, so I can blame.
And I'm autistic.
I can blame.
You know.
Apparently, that pisses Tommy off. He can only be the autistic person there. That last episode that you were on there, and I made that joke because like you were like, well, I'm autistic, and he was like, no, I'm out, and it's like, dude, that would have been a great segue to a good conversation, but alas, Tommy, more autistic than you. He wins there, Bullsy. He's more retarded.
Yes.
So
yeah, honestly, I speak his language too, so I don't understand why Tommy gets mad being like, I speak his language. So basically,
yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, but that was not new. But he was not happy about that.
He's never happy about anything, sadly. But in regards to Casey, I mean, I don't understand how you can't connect. I could connect with my.
He's able to connect. So like Dave, I'm gonna put him on, and you're able to let him speak, right? So like,
what do you mean? This is your fucking show, but like I
mean not talking
Dave
over
Rose.
him.
Dave Rose. Yes, Dave Rose might talk over people because he's on a run. But like when it's asked of Dave, okay, Dave, let this guy fucking talk. I'll keep my mouth shut. I'll mute myself if need be.
Cool. So like this is where I'm bringing on Casey, and I want to hear what Casey has to say. So Casey, what is it you want to say?
Well, I think it's bullshit with what Joe's been saying. Like, one, I don't even know why he's attacking my wife. Like, that's bullshit to go that route too. Like, he's a piece of shit. Like, I don't go after his family at all, or I don't even go after his fucking livelihood. Unlike what Ghost's been saying, I have. Like, I never wished any harm onto Joe. All I did was made a few jokes through AI videos of
at least 12. At least 12.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, I was just having fun with the AI deals. And if Ghost and Joe doesn't like it, they can suck my cock. I don't give a fuck. But they go
until they criticize you, and then you're claiming to be a victim. So, which one is it?
Well, Casey, let me just pause you real quick. Joe sounded shocked about you hating him. He was like, "Oh, do you have anything to say about this? Like, what was that? Is Joe lying about that? Like, give an insight. Like, does he know anything about you and his fallout?"
Well, I mean, honestly, it started where like I was kept on getting kicked out of the freaking Discord over there, but I didn't. Honestly, I was getting sick of what they were doing to people like Ken and Drew and other people, where they were just, they would talk shit about him, and those are good people they got rid of, and now like he's just uh e-bagging to the point it's just crazy where like
Okay,
he's
what I got from you, Casey, was what really began it was you being continuously being kicked from his Discord. So like what other people went through really doesn't matter, doesn't pertain to you. So you were kicked from Joe's Discord. Is that
yeah
what I'm hearing? So what Joe says, oh, he was just there last month and stuff like he was saying these things, but I deleted Discord is so we can confirm that's more bullshit.
yeah
So now to what Dave was saying, and to bring that up, he was talking about like how you were mad about like people going after you for the videos you made about Joe. So like that was he was trying to
I
allude to.
honestly
So
didn't care about that, honestly. Like,
I wouldn't go as far as saying you didn't care because you were upset about it.
no, I just said I was getting wore down from the had to made defending myself. I was debating between not only Dave, I was debating with you as well, like what I was going through it. And like I was trying just to say, hey, I was just making jokes. God forbid I was making jokes and criticizing Cronin. And then I get
Yeah, but
called.
that wasn't my issue, Casey, because like
What kind of jokes? What
but
kind
no
of
that but here's the thing, Casey. Before you
Trying,
continue, Casey, the issue I didn't have an issue with the Discord jokes. I only brought it up and agreed subtly because one, yes, it was excessive, but I kept saying no. I don't see that as harmful, and in fact, I saw that as more you were going off of a joke, and yes,
that
there was influence part of it, and you were like, okay, this would be funny. That's obvious. Dave knows my position. Clearly, I don't think Dave is right about that, but he says this is what Ghost says, and and he goes, well, this is what
piece of
Ghost
shit
tells me.
to go back
Okay.
and look at Daddy's Joe's cock because I mean he's mentally unstable, so he can go fuck himself. So fuck that.
Yeah, like that's another thing. Like
wait,
Dave,
hold on. I take issue when anybody seems to think that they're intelligent enough to understand human psychology compared to Dave Rose. And that's just a simple fact. And who are you to just throw out this term, Casey? Who are you to say like Ghost is this? I'm
Mentally
not
unstable.
defending Ghost. I'm not defending Ghost with what he says, but like you do not have the qualifications, or frankly, the intelligence enough to actually say, well, this person's unhinged. This person's like psychotic. You do not have that understanding necessary to actually make that claim.
I thought I was able to talk without getting interrupted, but apparently that's not.
Casey, that's just the thing. You already were able to speak, and Dave took issue with it, and it's going to happen with some interruptions. And I'll do my best to moderate this. But Dave's issue was you were calling Ghost a unstable person,
He
and he
is.
was like, "Wait, how do you know this? How do you know this?" That's what he was asking.
You you say a couple words, and the guy would go to the point. Not only he'll talk about family members, he'll go straight to like pretty much just like tells people to go kill themselves. Like that's just evil when you go that route. And
It's
I
also kind of look, Casey. You do understand that's a bit shock jock in how Joe shows ran over there. So you have to expect that
that
from
they need
Joe's
to
people.
learn to be
I don't
better.
think that's a necessarily same as being unstable for one, because like again, it's just words. You would have to argue for the sake of argument that Ghost would in fact intend this and say like why I think he should do this and why this, that, and the other. But honestly, I think he's just saying words to get a rise out of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing I was talking about. That's one of the reasons why I was trying to tell you, hey, don't type anything, don't type anything, don't type anything, because you're gonna have Ghost continue at you.
He was going to
You know,
continue anyways. It didn't matter if I didn't say anything. He was going to say stuff. Like,
That's the thing, Casey, because it makes him
No,
look stupid.
that is false because he even said 3 times, yo, I tried to disengage and this guy keeps going. That is true. I witnessed that in real time. That's false. He actually tried to disengage.
my
You
fucking
didn't give him the opportunity. If for example, you did, and then he went back at it, it'd be like, you know what, Casey was right, and this guy was a fucking faggot. But no, you were the one, despite fucking Bullseye saying, yo, okay, he's saying this. Stop it. You kept going, and Bullseye and Ghost was like, yo, dude, I tried 2 times now. I tried 3 times now. Like, he won't disengage. So why should I? And that's a valid point.
That's 100% bullshit. That he, like, I wouldn't be doing nothing, and then I would go back and look, and he would start poking the bear, and then he literally went on Cronin's show and threw daggers from me, and to the point where then Cronin started to go on after me right after that.
This was after what I just explained.
So
and you deny it.
You know what? Fuck this shit.
Casey, do not get mad, please and thank you. He's only responding to what's being said.
Okay,
You're given a good portion. You're being given a good portion of a time to talk. Okay.
You know,
He's giving you a good.
thought Dave was my fucking friend, but he's taking Ghost's side for no reason. So you know what? Fuck it.
Okay. Okay, fine. So then talk to me instead. All right. So what are you seeing in Ghost that is unstable outside of words?
Well, honestly, he goes to the people are saying I'm obsessed about not only about Corona, I guess about him, but I'm to the point where I'm had enough where I cannot stand it no more. Like,
I understand this, but I'm asking about the unstable part. Like, really think about this, Casey. And I'm trying to help. I'm trying to be. I would.
He goes after other people, not just me. He goes after Danimal. He calls Danimal a fucking pedophile when he admits that he had no proof into that. He just blatantly just throws accusations at there. So
Okay.
and
But
then
that's what he got from Joe Cronin. Okay. Again, you have to understand. He sees Joe Cronin as his boy. That's his words. So again, you have to take to account where he's getting it from. So it's not just an accusation he's making; it's an accusation from Joe. Danimal pointed that out to me. So you know what I'm saying, right? And if you were listening in, because listen in, if you listen in at all, you hear Joe Cronin talk about fucking dead wives. So clearly, the influence comes from Joe when Ghost says this. It's clearly emulating what Joe does. You know, you get what I'm trying to say. Ghost is not unstable. He's just saying some things.
So he's easily convinced. You know, to the point where he's
no,
easily.
that's not what I said. That's not what I said. Listen closely. Influenced, not convinced. Convincing, it means you're trying to tell somebody and is trying to debate somebody and to see your side of things. Influence is kind of like somebody seeing what they're seeing and they're following a trend of somebody else doing it. You ever heard of predictable programming? It's something like that where people do things they see on TV. But that aside, yes, it is. It's the influence. You have to listen in. It's not in manipulation or convincing. It's influence, and I think that's what you were trying to say anyway. But continue.
And then Joe wonders why he loses people shit like this. You know.
Yes. But that's the thing though, and that's the overall point here. That's why Dave said, "How do you come to this conclusion that Ghost is unstable?" Like, Ghost is not unstable. Like I said before, he's saying these words because
maybe he's not unstable, but he's a giant piece of shit for bringing up stuff like, he goes to the point where, brings up.
Finally, some honesty. That is where it's important. I'm glad you made that distinction because, yeah, he's not unstable because that's factually false. Is that insensitive? Is it fucking uncouth? Is it fucking uncalled for? Is it fucking gross? Yes. But that's what you should be calling out, not fucking trying to convince people of fairy tales of like, oh well, this is why it's happening. No, just be honest.
Well, then people are like, "Oh, you're obsessed, though." Like about Cronin, I'm not obsessed. Like there's
Well,
stuff
Casey,
people.
we're all called obsessed, and honestly, it has to be water off duck's back too. Who cares? Now, the only way to show that you're not obsessed is who cares, right? So
Yeah,
obviously, we're not trying to.
I
So
still
like
get. I
that's the
mean, I
thing like
get.
Scott tries to do. And listen close, this is the thing that Scott tries to do. No, I'm not obsessed. You're obsessed. A lot of people have tried to do this. So it's like, guy, it's them that keep trying to watch us. It's them that keeps talking about us. So we don't really care if you call us obsessed. I mean, like that could be interpreted in anything, really. Oh no,
Okay.
it's just something we're interested in at the moment, and it's fun to talk about. Oh, you're obsessed. Well, no. In fact, if we really think about the obsessed part, it's the fact that Joe keeps having to show his water bill, be like, "Oh, look at the grift. Oh, I'm sad and bored, and it hurts." Yeah.
And
So
honestly, I think that's the nail in the coffin for me when, like, he starts doing that for me. Like I said before, I was getting sick of seeing people that I consider friends that he treats as shit and disregards them. And then it's just, I didn't really care being part of this Discord. I just thought it was kind of funny when I was on Ken's show like a month ago. And then literally the next day, I got kicked out of his Discord. I mean, I'm not blaming 100% that was Joe because I know he has mods in his Discord.
you were
But
certainly kicked from this Discord because of the things people you were hanging out with, and regardless if it was Joe or not. People,
that,
his mods know, and he knows. It's not like, oh, I don't know. He knows.
but
How do you think his mods know? He tells them.
and I said before, it's like if I wanted to, I could. I mean, a lot of times Joe would have left his Discord open. Like I could have ran in there and like crashed his Discord, but I didn't because I had no desire to go in there. So I didn't honestly care about getting kicked out. I just thought it was kind of funny, like how fast it happened.
Well, the thing about being kicked, I was kicked before. Like, so, like, it wasn't. It's not about it being big deal. It's what Joe will pull afterwards. Now, taking the wrench away shouldn't really be a big deal, right? But what Joe does and afterwards, like, hey, bro, like, oh, it's weird. Like, it turns into this big deal. And then when you bring it up, oh, why is it such a big deal? Like, it's this sort of like pathological lying and
Mm.
this grift he'll pull. And, Dave knows what I'm talking about. But he's even seen this even beforehand. Ken has. And this is not even talking about within DMs and what like Joe does when he afterwards. Like he'll go to Patreon, former Patreon mess people and be like, "Hey, come watch me, please." Dave, go
I
on.
do. I do apologize.
Yeah, there's a lot of people at my server that have actually said this is quite the annoyance because I get these emails that are targeted towards former Patreon payers, and they're begging me to come back and watch old shit that, again, there's no new content, so they find it annoying.
I do apologize coming in fired up.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I understand that, but that's between you two, and honestly, like that's between you two. That's all I'll say. But again, let's focus on the Joe stuff, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I'm going to continue. If you want to stay on, you're going to be here. That's fine. But I got to review more of this.
Right. You stupid Jackie Redmond believing fucking troll bag. God damn it.
Daddy. Calm down. Calm down.
Shut up, Polfron, please, and thank you.
Now this is gonna somehow turn into I'm attacking Casey, even though I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, obviously, like you see what he's trying to pull. Like he didn't know what was going on, but he conveniently brings up Casey's dead wife after what Ghost says. You think so?
Oh, see, I didn't hear about this part. Like, I know people sent about where Ghost was attacking me about on his show, but
Oh,
like,
you did.
what?
No, Ghost did. In fact, he did. He didn't hold back. So
No, I'm saying I didn't hear this part. I mean, I didn't like the only reason I heard about that part is because people sent that clip into Dave's Discord. And
well, Casey, yes, Joe, in fact, was like that. Like, Ghost was like being ambiguous, going, well, vague, really, going, you know who you are because I know you watch and stuff. And Joe Cronin was like, oh, why don't you dig up Casey's Ron's dead wife and do that to her? And Ghost was like, oh, I was talking about him. And he laughs out loud because he didn't. And I guarantee you, he only laughed out loud because he didn't have to say the name. And now he can play defense for you. Oh, it's not really Casey doing that. It's other people.
yeah, that's the clip I was talking about. I heard that clip.
Yeah, but anyway, let's continue.
I'll be next. I'm telling you, bro. You have no idea, bro. But you know what? All I can say, Ghost, is I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I think I don't want to say what I want to. I don't.
You see what he's doing? Like he's trying to find the right word so he can be ambiguous. Look at this. He's stumbling. He's stumbling. You see that? Like, how can I like spin my web of bullshit without saying names and not tell it really reveal anything that makes me look stupid and stuff. Like,
you can definitely tell, and Joe's done this in the past, but you can definitely tell where he's caught in the moment and attempting to try to choose the best words where it would give him the opportunity to claim that he didn't know, that he was unaware and had no association or interest in the topic. So he's feigning knowledge,
ignorance,
but he's also playing aloof. Like, oh, what's going on? Oh, that's what's going? I had no idea. I but he's paying attention. The guy watches Bullseye stuff. He watches my stuff. Claims he doesn't, and then he comments on things that he would only know about unless he was watching us. Even with Ken, same thing.
I'm sure
So
he does.
he can claim he doesn't watch, but we know he does.
I'm sure he does.
I know he does. And he's also made fake accounts. We've proven that as well. He's forgotten to, I've got the screenshots, forgot to log out of that, made a comment, and it's just like, dude, you're caught, Joe.
Yeah, gotcha. That's the thing, though. Like, Dave, like this is a red-handed him doing this sort of thing where, like, I need to somehow like spin my web of bullshit. Like, how can I do it? Like, come on, think, Joe, think. Like, yeah, this is what you're hearing, Casey. This is actually very common with him. And I talked about this beforehand, and you won't know up until you really meet everybody. And I've talked about this beforehand, where like you don't know with Joe, you just know he's just depressed and he's talking about people, but you really have to know the people he's met in the past to even understand why he does what he does. And that's the thing, though. And it always turns into like, oh, these people backstabbed him. Oh, they turned on him, this, that, and the other. He sees his donators as for some odd reason property. Like, dude, they're real people. Like, there's one moment in the past where, like, when I returned to Joe's stream, I was in his chat. People were criticizing me for being in somebody else's chat. I'm like, well, dude, what? Like, why do you care? Joe brought it up. Like, why would he care? This is way before I met Dave, Ken, YR, Tony. Mind you, it's a common theme. Now, Joe was later on was like, oh, these same people helped me get the views and stuff. It's still kind of bizarre that he would take issue with in the first place, though, right?
I think he treats his co-hosts the same way too, because I mean,
a bit worse. Honestly, worse if you really want to go there, because like I've seen how he treats Tommy, Drew, always nerdy, even if he deserves it or not. Who knows? Garguts, like he treats them horribly. Dr. Earl, he treats them horribly. And it turns into like, oh, he backstabbed them. They backstabbed me, like,
Well, I mean, I remember where the whole thing, like, I know it goes before this, but I remember when JD from New York left him, and it was like, to me, I felt like that was the beginning of the downfall, because I felt like that's where most of the mistrust started. is
To be
because he
to be
had.
fair, Casey, to be fair, that would have been a positive if Joe wasn't so hyper fixated on the other people around him and the abandonment issues. That's the thing, though. Like, it could have been a beneficial. Like, JD, let's be honest here, he's a scumbag.
I'm not
Dave
gonna
can
say.
affirm.
I'm not gonna say he's like he's not perfect, but I feel like ever since like Cronin really hadn't really done most about wrestling, and I started recently rewatching some JD shows, and because he's with Solid Monster, and it's like, hey, you know what? He's not as bad as I remember. And I started
You're
watching.
retarded.
What do you mean?
I mean that you're retarded. This guy's fucking. His whole shtick is hating on AEW. He sucks Triple H cock, and he does it by yelling. It's not funny. It's not ironic. It's fucking. It's just pathetic.
I
See,
have to disagree with the part of the yelling because it's funny to see a screaming, raging dwarf over nothing. Like that, it just makes him look stupid. I don't know how. Like, it's funny to see that. Like, this is the height of pro wrestling right now. This is what fans look like. You're screaming dwarfs with missing head of hair. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So,
need to sit down and talk about the state of wrestling, because I know we kind of talked a little bit, but we kind of even talked off air too. But I know I have a point of view of wrestling, and I know Dave has a different point of view. I'm
To be.
it's not really a point of view though, because like Dave and I have different opinions on AEW, but we see the same things as issues. WWE sucks. Okay, it doesn't matter how one sees AEW. We both know pro wrestling can be better.
I'm not gonna say WWE's product's been
No,
great.
but what you will do is you'll make 17 videos about AEW and all these new fucking titles and stuff, but you won't do the same thing with fucking WWE. Clear bias and a hate towards AEW. So
But that's funny because like I wanted to cover that later on with Joe because like he apparently made a video about Maven hates Triple H for no
Yeah.
reason like that. Buddy, do you know how many professional wrestlers came out with issues with Triple H
Yeah.
alone?
exactly.
Like, dude, like this guy is okay. There are a lot of defenders for WWE for the wrong reasons, and now, Casey, this is another thing about this, where I was talking about like the issue with WWE and AEW is the tribalism. But if you watch both products, I've seen the latest matches with WWE compared to AEW. As far as pay-per-views goes, AEW knocks it out of the park. When it comes to like segments, sometimes WWE is good, but it's boring. It's just boring, right? When you watch the matches, this is the thing that people say in pro wrestling nowadays. Some of them, WWE say, I like the wrestling, I watch the wrestling, but you watch the wrestling, it's like, what? This is the thing. So right now, as of right now, WWE is worse, and in fact got under a million views on SmackDown.
Yeah,
SmackDown.
that's bad.
This isn't to say I like AEW, but AEW had a good show, has good pay-per-views.
No, I totally agree. I said that to Dave too. It was like, dude, usually AEW had not only they had the better pay-per-views compared to WWE's PLEs, because I mean it's obvious. I mean, you just gotta watch the pay-per-view.
And that justifies making those videos about all these different titles, despite the fact that you're ignoring that it's WWE that has more titles than AEW. So again, where on the doll did AEW touch you?
Right in that butt.
Well, so like, how many titles does AEW and WWE have?
I think it's 27 for WWE and 21 for AEW.
Well, that's kind of a lot nonetheless. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
Well, see, the thing is, Bullsy, on see thing. The biggest reason is AEW. They have for their mid card titles. They have the international title. They got the continental title, and they got it. Yeah, it's unified with the unified title right now, but they're
Unified with the unified time.
yeah,
What's AEW doing? Dave, you gotta be honest
Yeah,
here. That's kind of a dumb.
That's not a decision that I endorsed. Tony didn't get my call, but they should have not unified those titles. I was never a fan of the Continental title because it was sort of a recognition that, oh, you got it was never really clear. That's another thing that Tony wasn't clear on. It wasn't clear as to why there was a belt for that because it seemed to me like you win these two belts, the Japanese pure title, I believe it was, and Eddie Kingston was the first one to win this, but and then the other one, I don't know, it was something with AEW, and they're like, okay, well, you won these two, but now you win this third one, and then they fucking and it didn't make sense, but like then they carry it on, and Okada gets it,
yeah.
it just and I don't know, and then you've got the it became unified and all that with the international title, which should have remained independent because that was one that they were basically putting on the line in foreign promotions and stuff, which was just great to bring eyes to that product. And they unified that shit, and now they've got the national title. I guess it's different from the international title. I do agree with the women's tag team title that they've come out with. That was necessary because again, nobody does like women's wrestling better than AEW. That's the truth.
Yeah, honestly, WWE's women's wrestling. Oh my god, they're a bunch of hermaphrodite fucking weirdos.
But more importantly, AEW does it so well. Like again, it took AEW for me to really take women's wrestling serious, where I could enjoy it. Not like, okay, cool, like, aerobatic moves and like, okay, that was skilled and all that. It's just like, holy shit, they're actually doing well. They're like telling a story where it's reaching me and I'm enjoying it. And this wasn't the way before. So it took AEW for me to really enjoy women's wrestling.
And you forgot one thing. You forgot they had the TNT belt too. So you have what, 5 mid-card titles?
This is the problem with like
AEW. Hey, Bozy, Tukok. Because because
the two fallacy. Yeah,
you can say that about fucking AEW, but then look at it at WWE, and you've got like a 2 to 3 time resurgence of what you're pointing out. You got so many more titles there, and you're ignoring it, Casey.
But either way, though, I think this is a more overall issue with pro wrestling nowadays, and I always blame the politics. It's everybody's a winner nowadays. Like the lib need to fucking go. This is the main reason why you got all this stuff. You really only need like three to 4 titles for like men and women. Like you can have like the world title, the mid card title, the tag titles, and the women's title, women's tag team title, to each round. But importantly, you don't only need like 4 to 5 titles on each show. So I don't understand why they need all these titles. It only comes off as, well, everybody's a winner. Like, shut up. Here's the tragedy in life, people. Few make it, everybody else loses. That's just the way it is.
Hey, I don't know. It's just some people do deserve to be recognized, and that's how they do it with titles. But if it becomes overwhelming with titles, that's where it becomes a problem. So now we're on the threshold with AEW. And WWE already has gone overboard with that sort of thing.
They've both gone overboard. It's not like one person problem. It's a multitude of issues.
But there's no comparison. You can't say, oh, well, AEW when WWE did it long before, and more importantly, just flooded it with
Well,
all,
WWE had a longer reign in the 50-year long
it doesn't
reign
it
compared to
doesn't
AEW.
justify flooding the market with fucking titles again, like
It
a
doesn't.
Raw. Hold on, a Raw tag team title and a SmackDown tag team title, and then you fucking mix it up. So like, oh, they've got both belts. Like, this is boring as fuck, guys. Come on.
Well, hey,
But again,
I want to point something out. There's
okay.
a rumor of a tag team championship belt that was going to come out in AEW for, I think they call it the intergenerational tag team titles, where it's supposed to be for father and son tag team belts.
I never saw anything like that. I think you're reading the fuck.
AEW is doing that, or WWE is doing that.
No, he's saying AEW did that, and I never read that at all about AEW. So
There's a
Well, I mean,
sort of fucking story that he got from some fucking shit site.
but you know,
And
you
he's
never know.
laughing.
Like,
He knows what
did
he's
you
doing.
know? Yeah, you never know. Did you hear about a story where an AEW fan was kidnapping a bunch of elderly people and is using their credit cards to go to AEW shows? I know it's anecdotal when it comes to the fans, but it's
I've never
actually
heard
kind of
that
funny.
story either.
well,
Yeah, but that's a real story. But I don't
Well,
know
you
about the
have real
fucking father
story.
and son's tag team storyline, but the
I don't know.
AEW man kidnapping the elderly people is
Send me a
certainly
link.
real.
I'll look into it. But I've never heard it. And I
See-
pay attention to fucking what's out on the internet about AEW. How about
See-
that?
I came up with an idea for a new set of tag team belts for AEW. It's a brand new concept. No one's doing this. I call it the interspecies tag team belt. So like it'll be animals are gonna win these tag team belts. It could be cats, dogs, birds.
Then why not recommend that for WWE? If it's such a great idea, huh? Or again, are you showing your bias, which I've been trying to point out, and it's being ignored? But it's again, where on the doll did fucking AEW hurt you? Are you seeing actual competition that you don't like because you realize what a threat it would be to WWE? Or do you view it like I did when it came to TNA when it first came out? It's just like, okay, whatever. It's another fucking promotion. Like, they're not going to do anything to WWE. And like, okay, fine. It's cool if they fucking run. Like, what's the difference there, Casey? Because I don't feel a threat from anything being a AEW mark, but you feel a threat from the small company called AEW. Really, nigga?
I think he just likes making fun of AEW. Honestly, it's not a threat. It's like you look at a. Hey, I make fun of AEW too. Like, I look at it. I can't help but see it as a.
But if
WWE
it's
is
rightfully made, okay. But like Casey is just going after them, and he's been going after them for a while. And again, why would you make 12 videos in a row about fucking different belts being made, and then belts for animals and all that, Casey? Again, like, we don't get a straight answer from Casey when it comes to that. It's just psychological because he sees it as a threat. He's protecting a brand that you just admitted that, if you're honest with yourself, you don't like because it used to be good. You witnessed it. WWE was enjoyable, but now it's not. And you've got an alternative that actually is enjoyable. But Casey will defend them with illogic.
Okay, well, Casey, you think WWE is better than AEW? Is that the
Actually,
no, the question, no, Bolsey, honestly, the question really is, why aren't you making 17 videos on WWE being bad? Because you're making 17 videos on AEW being bad. Or if you're going to be fair, it would be equal, would it not?
Okay, give me ideas. I'm willing to do that.
I'll give you one idea. Well,
Bullshit.
WWE
I said almost a week ago the same thing, and you're like, no. So, like, no. The fact is that you had the opportunity, but you keep making anti-AEW videos. And that's the fucking point, is that you have the bias. You've already shown it. So you can't walk this back.
Hold on. I find it kind of funny when I see Tony Khan winning a championship belt out of a claw machine. I find that'd be funny. Tell me that wouldn't be funny. Like,
it's not. I'm not retarded. But you got apparently insulted by that when I just told you the truth, being blunt, and you left my server. So let's just be honest here.
I overreacted. I was
You
ups-
overreacted.
I overreacted from being upset with the whole situation with Ghost. I was just I had to get
Casey, I understand it, but the thing is, like again, you have to understand. Like we've been trying to tell you this through the entire time. When you give it, expect it in return. You know. So like, if you give disrespect, expect it in return. This is the same thing I tried to tell Facts Channel. Dave, Casey, this is the thing a lot of people don't understand.
It's
I
true.
don't understand. Like, if you're going to go at somebody, expect it in return. It's just the way it is. You know?
That's true.
Like, I'm not trying to say, hey, you should be cool with Dave just because, but at the same time, you have to expect it. It's just the price to pay. I suffered the same thing. Like, and I didn't even really talk shit the first time around, but yeah, I get lumped with the shit people trying to take Joe down, who hates him, backstabbing, all this bullshit. Well, guess what? That's just part of the game. That's just the way it is. You either suck it up, buttercup, or do what you did and remove yourself from it. It's just the way you do. One or two options, and I think you made the second option by removing yourself, which is fine. I'm not against it, but to complain about it still would be like, I mean, again, haven't we just told you?
And again, you've been gaslighted, Casey. That's what Joe Cronin said. Like you were brainwashed into believing what people like me or Ken or others said.
So,
Yes.
According to Joe Cronin.
So that was correct.
Joe's not correct. That what we're trying to tell you is, and trying to say actually, is that you did everything on your own volition. And Joe's trying to say, oh, you're so easily manipulated, and we just told you to hate Joe, and now you hate Joe. That's really what he's trying to say. That's how he thinks by it.
Then he'd be incorrect because
He'd be retarded. That's what you say.
Because like no, that none of you guys ever said, Casey, you gotta start hating on Cronin. And I didn't say I hate Cronin. I just don't like what he's been doing lately. Like,
Man, but Casey, like, again, you don't like what he's been doing. That's one thing, but again, like, you're taking issue with things that been happening since 5 years ago, if not longer.
true, but maybe I'm just getting sick of it. It's getting
Like kind of interesting to be sick of it now, don't you think? Like, it only took me a year, and that's when I started watching Cronin, and it was like, yeah, I'm gone. Like, it's pretty easy to catch on the moment you kind of see everything. Now, it just depends.
I guess when the whole comedy is gone and it's no longer entertaining to watch, I guess, and then it's just garbage. It's kind of like it's almost to the point where it's like you watching it for the longest time. It's kind of like if you watched WWE for the longest time, and you're kind of like, "Why am I watching this if it's garbage?"
Oh yeah. So anyway, I wanted to get back to Joe. We went to wrestling talk pretty easily, but and yeah, I do want to talk about what Joe says about WWE and defense for Triple H when Maven literally exposes the guy. By the way, but let's talk about his Joe and his grift and attempt to deceive Ghost, trying to say, oh, it's other people that tell Casey to hate him.
Yeah, I think I don't want to say what I want to. I don't want to say what I want to say, but like,
yeah. This is the part where he was like,
That's
I don't want
brave.
to say anything.
That's brave of you, Joe, not to say anything.
Yeah, like literally, he's doing like I don't know, like I don't want to do anything. I don't want to say like I don't want to like I need to find a way to spin my web of bullshit, but I can't.
I mean,
Well, no, we're gonna do. It's gonna be, Joe.
I just want to say that you seem to be mad at the pawn when the king and queen are somewhere else, and you're ignoring the king and the queen.
You see, you already know the references, King and Queen. He's clearly referring to Ken and Dave with that one. He already.
I'm the king. I'm the king.
You're the king.
I think, well, you might be the queen, Dave. Who knows? But king and queen,
No, I got-
Ken, Dave. He's clearly referring to Ken and Dave and you as the pawn, Casey. He is literally, and this shows that he listens in, actually, if you really read the context.
called it. Yeah, I did call it. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Where he goes, Ken and Dave. Casey, you were on Ken and Dave's show. Who's the two main people that always, who were the best, or at least rate as one of the best co-hosts Joe ever had? Dave and Ken.
And there was other people, honestly, but yes.
Dave and Ken. The answer was made. Dave and Ken.
Yes, Casey. This is the thing. Like, he is legitimately referencing Dave and Ken. Right there.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is the thing. This is the thing. He's trying to spit a web of bullshit about you to Ghost. The same thing he did to me about me. Where Bowley was just manipulated. He's a commodity. He now backstabbed me because people told me to hate me. When realistically speaking, I don't hate him, right? This is a common pattern.
Can I ask a question real quick? How do I know you guys ain't brainwashing me now? Like, can you promise you're not brainwashing me right now?
What do you think brainwashing means, Casey?
Pretty much making that's a hard description.
Oh my God. Oh my, you are struggling. You are struggling with the basic definition of brainwashing. No, it's like we don't take our brains out of our heads and then like put them in the sink with like soap and scrub them up. Okay, like come on, dude. Like you can answer this question. I believe in you.
Well, it's pretty much telling you what to believe, even though that's probably not what you truly believe. That's how I feel. Like,
fuck the definition. That's what I feel, Bullsy.
Hey, by the way, I got the guy named Sanderhorn, who says it's just YouTube, and that's all. I wonder who he is. Do you know him?
No idea. No.
Yeah, but he seems cool for now. What's up, Sandra Horn? How are you doing?
Sandra Horn.
But kind of interesting choice of name, but I'll observe for now. You seem cool. Anyway, Casey, what we mean by brainwashing is literally programming you biologically and using neurologically to make you believe certain things that go by saying the same things over and over. That would be brainwashing.
Yeah,
to the point where it's a communist tactic, by the way. And Dave, I've talked about this before, where you repeat something repeatedly and eventually it becomes true to the public mind. This is a communist tactic where they, it's communistic.
I agree.
Yeah, so that's what brainwashing is. It's the repetition of phrases until it becomes true to your mind. That's what it is.
How do I know you guys ain't brainwashing me now against Joe? Like, I got
because normal people have something called reason and logic, and they can decide on their own. They can realize, hey, is somebody trying to gaslight me? Yeah, they can. We expect that of you, Casey. If you can't figure that out.
But Casey, let me just say this. Refer to the explanation I just gave you, and are we repeating phrases to you like it's true?
No.
There you go. Then we're not brainwashing you. Bolsey just gave you a fucking definition of brainwashing, a good one.
Yeah,
remember that.
I just couldn't think of the best version of brainwashing.
So you were just you had it on the tip of your tongue. You just didn't know how to explain it. Okay.
Exactly.
We'll just leave it at that then, and in hopes that Dave doesn't notice the stupidity that you may have shown. I don't know. He will definitely call you out on it.
Well, I did notice it, but I'm getting tired.
Yes. So anyway, I'm sure you guys want to listen into this bullshit, and I can't wait to hear.
I saw the queen because the queen did some dumb shit. But hey,
apparently he thinks Casey's the queen and did some again. Ghost should know who he's referring to at this point. It's not like we haven't taught him anything.
It is what it is. It is. It is. But yeah, that's sad because I just like it. All right. No, I don't mind it. Just you're repeating everything I'm saying while I'm still talking, and that's like what the
Like literally, like the thing I just pointed out, both I'm doing from the get go. Like just say the same things, dude. Again, wasn't this guy complaining about how he was being mistreated? These people keep talking over me. They hate me. They mistreat me. And it's like, okay, then you don't have to be over there. And here he is being over there. Like, you know?
I need to come like that.
You remember when
I said sorry.
remember when Stone Cold Steve Austin when he was doing when he was with Vince and Kurt Angle and the guitar.
Okay, they don't really go off of it. And now I think I reviewed everything about that part. Now, here's one biggest thing that is a takeaway. We don't even get an answer of why Ghost's wrench was taken away or why Matt got a wrench back.
Indeed.
That's the big. Yeah, so we don't even get an explanation. So Ghost didn't even press him about that. It just went on to like how Casey bad man.
Then he donated $150 to get his wrench back. So
Yeah, so like, yeah, great job there, Ghost, for calling him out on his bullshit.
Hey, but it's just a glitch. It was just a glitch with Nightbot because Nightbot doesn't have access to that shit. But it was just a glitch.
Yeah, right. Like, okay, Ghost.
Water bill.
That honestly, like, from that whole takeaway, it was about Casey bad man, and it wasn't even about how Joe took a wrench away, gave wrenches back, and it was just like, oh, I don't know, it's all this weird shit that was happening. And after all of that, the only thing I got from that was the fact that Ghost didn't want to press him about it, and he wasn't willing to. If like he even on your show, Dave was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go."
Indeed, Ballsy. Indeed, he did not press him on it.
The fact is, he even said he's gonna ask Joe about this. Not a fucking thing. Not a fucking thing. Just let me just. Oh, Casey's a bad person. Really? That's it. And then you got in Ghost. You wonder why people call you a chronic cock writer. At this point, it should be. Isn't that clicking? Whatever. Like what?
Casey bad, okay? Casey bad.
Yes. Casey bad. Casey's bad. And you see, Casey. This is the thing that we will criticize Ghost on. The fact of the matter is, said he was going to do something, but he did something else entirely. This is the common theme that I've seen people do, but. Honestly, I'm disappointed. Like, why would you even? Like, I was like wondering if they would review this, but that's why I reviewed it because I didn't know if anybody's going to review it. So that's why I did it. And knowing that, just like, it's kind of disappointing.
You know what? I'm more shocked how fast he went back. I thought he had enough where he said he was done. He pieced out. I was like, and then like I guess he talked to Joe, and then he gave him $150 in Patreon to come back. I was like, wow, that's fast. Like,
honestly, that was kind of gonna happen either way. But the only thing I'm focused on is not him going back to Joe. I mean, hey, you like Joe, you like Joe. That's one thing. It's another story to be like, I'm going to call Joe out to not do it.
Well, maybe he would felt like if he called him out, he would get the band hammer again.
Well, that would be more revealing about Joe, and it would just confirm what we've been saying this entire time. Again, I don't understand what is so hard to understand about these things. Yeah, and again. I explained again, it's not the first time these things have happened. It's a pattern with Joe. Some of these same people, by the way, that have fallen out with Joe are still with him.
Yep.
They are living in the past. Yep. And guess what? It's going to happen again with YR. Eventually. And that's when if Joe, if he does, puts on Scott again, which I don't know if he will do, depending on that history. But if he does, that's when it happens. Because you know for a fact that once Scott is back in the mix, and if Joe in fact thinks about bringing him back in the mix, everything is gonna go back to the original way it was. It's just only a matter of time when, if at this point, but it goes back to the patterns. What people like me, Dave, Ken, everybody has been pointing out to everybody, basically everybody has been pointing out. Mainly me, Ken, Dave, and Ken, but everybody has been pointing this out. This is a pattern. It's going to happen. It always does. And guess what? Ghost didn't call him out. Fine. But at the next time, please don't say you're going to call him out and not do it. It's just, I'm sorry. I just reviewed you not being able to do that. At least be honest, you're not going to do it. But that aside, I really want to go talk about that. Now, I already covered everything about this, guys. So your thoughts on this as I find the Joe defending Triple H sucking his big nose or whatever he calls that, you know. What's your thoughts on the whole spiel with Joe and Ghost?
I think that again, Joe sort of revealed himself by basically trying to set up tribalistic decisions. And rather than saying like me or Ken, I don't care if you watch Joe and me. I'm going to keep saying my thing, and that's how it is. And I'm not going to judge you for going to other shows. But Joe can't accept that of other people, and we've seen that.
Casey?
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Answer the fucking question.
I agree with that.
What? No, see, he's not saying it. What were you guys talking about? I wasn't paying attention at all. So he's like, I agree with whatever somebody was saying prior to me paying attention.
You know,
what were we talking about, Casey? What were we talking about? Just to prove that you are correct in your statement. What were we talking about?
Well, you're saying what your last thoughts on the whole situation about Ghost and Cronin. And I was like,
that was the lead.
I mean,
but what was the comment?
Now I forgot what he said.
Well, you know what? Whatever. But at this point, I don't care. But yeah. But either way, about the tribalism, yes, Ken. No, how did I confuse Ken with Dave? But yes, Dave.
Yeah,
yes, it's tribalistic. They were even like, oh, like Joe's a god and all that stuff. They even know they're tribalistic. So, but they just don't care. But anyway, I wanted to review like Maven still crying about Triple H. Like, this is another thing. Like, and listening, but I have to listen into this, guys. So do you. Let's
1 hour and
let's
20
listen to
minute
this
podcast.
This like defense for Triple H and WWE. How dare you criticize Maven for, you know, the guy that has literally experience in backstage with people and worked with the company? But how dare he?
It's available right now on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. I'll try to put the link down below, or if you're on Patreon, you can just download it, play it, listen to it, podcast it, whatever it is. It's all on there. So enjoy that. But here is some of the clip. You know, well, Joe Cronin, you know,
this idiot.
Yeah, he could have really gone, and he seems like he's nice, you know?
Yeah.
It seems like you're not really making any progress in your statements, but let's hear what Luke Hohas has to say. By the way, Luke, turn to Lord Christ, he will save you.
That's the thing. I don't want to shit on him too much, but like when
By the way, Dave, what kind of background noises are you making, dude?
I'm sorry, I'm going through my tools right now, just organizing all my bits and screwdrivers and shit.
Yeah, I was just like,
my apologies. I'm trying to, again, I got a real life as well. People think I don't have a real life, apparently. It's just like, yeah, I jump on because it's fun and stuff. But like, if I got shit to do, like organize my tools or fucking cook dinner or do laundry, which I'm doing right now, I'm going to try to fucking balance it in and not interrupt the flow of the show. But thank you for asking. Let's continue.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go.
come out about like, oh well, Triple H, is a prick, or Triple H, my beef with Triple H. You've made 4 or 5 videos on this now. What?
Well, here's the funny thing that Luke or Joe doesn't know. A lot of people, as of lately, whether on Twitter or YouTube, have been making videos on Triple H and WWE and how it's run. People are not pleased with how it's going. And Maven, like it or not, is looking at this and sees, you know what? Yes, they're right. Let me give my insight on who Triple H is. And he's not even the first pro wrestler to do this. CM Punk a while back, even before any of the shenanigans, had a lot of venom towards Triple H and how he buried superstars, all this sorts of stuff. And even Ken talk about how Triple H is a egomaniac at the time. He's disinterested with Triple H. So why are Luke Rojas or Joe coming into Triple H's defense? What's your thoughts? I'll assume I have no thoughts, but anyway.
Who you asking?
He was
Yeah,
asking
both of you.
Weren't you listening?
I was listening, but there's 2 of us on the call, so unless he prefaced it with my name or yours, I don't know who he's asking to say first. So
I thought it was kind of open ended there, but okay, fine.
Exactly.
Dave, yours.
I thought he said Dave, so that's why I didn't say
I did
anything.
not say
you
Dave.
default to your emperor. I'm glad that you bend the knee when it's convenient for you.
But anyway, Dave, what's your thoughts?
I don't honestly. I'm not even concerned.
Well, Casey.
Well, I feel like there's like 2 different eras of Triple H during that time. When Triple H was with Maven, and that was like when Triple H was trying to stay on top. I think today's Triple H obviously is more about the business behind the stage. I mean, look at him. He made up CM Punk, but also CM Punk made a lot of money for the company. So, I mean, did Maven make the
No,
company?
he did not. No, he did not. CM Punk did not make a lot of money for the company.
At least
That is not true.
Also, sorry, I gotta add that Casey, you're like, oh well, Triple H stepped in. It's just like, how's the booking been so far, guys? Because it sounds like many people don't like it. So it's like, was it really a good thing for him to get into the booking? Really?
I literally kind of covered this, Casey, where like a lot of people are not pleased with Triple H's booking.
Well, the first 2 years it was good. This year, no. This year's been pretty bad, and I almost feel like there's something else up. Honestly, I feel like maybe they took some power away from Triple H because there's there's something different. Like, it's not the same product like it was 2 years ago.
Triple H still has the booking power. Okay, this is a narrative that people say, oh, Triple H is like not able to control everything. Here's the thing. He is the one in charge of booking the shows. He is in charge of what goes on the show and what goes off. It isn't TKO. It isn't The Rock. It's nobody else. It's not even Nick Khan. Triple H is running a company with multitudes of people. He's part of TKO. It is a now group project run business. It's not singly ran like it was in the past. Vince McMahon ran that single-handedly for about like 30 to 40 years. Now you look at AEW. Tony Khan is running that single-handedly for the past like 7 years. Triple H. Now, get this. He never was the owner of WWE. He still isn't. That's TKO. But he's still given the position of booker. Now, think this through. What power have Triple H been taken away from him? What's the power? He still has his booking position. He still runs the shows. This whole narrative that it's Rock and all this stuff is trying to excuse Triple H when realistically speaking, he's not a good businessman. He wasn't the one to make that Fox deal back in 2019. That was Vince. He wasn't the one that did the Netflix deal. That was Nick Khan. But guess what? They lost the Fox News deal in 2024, not because Triple H was a bad businessman, but because they weren't meeting ad expectations, hence the viewership. Guess what the viewership is? SmackDown and Raw. Guess who
Go for
books the
Smoke Eye.
shows? Who books the shows? Triple H. Triple H. So
Well,
no,
maybe
Triple
um,
H.
maybe the
Triple
problem.
H doesn't have Triple H didn't have power taken away from him. And it might
Maybe,
seem different because people hate it now. But guess what? I promise you, it is the same way Triple H has ran a show before. Back he ran it in NXT. The only difference is people are uncoordinated, untrained in putting on terrible slot matches. Nobody cares. There's a lack of storylines if there is at all. It's friendship and betrayal. Again,
well, maybe it's just bad creative. I mean, they probably still have the same.
who runs creative?
Yeah,
Who runs it?
well, Triple H.
Exactly. So it's
But I'm
not
just
just
saying,
bad creative, it's Triple H.
well, but also they have a whole team of staff who that makes up storylines and shit like that. So that's their job. So I'm sure he's like, well, I mean, this is the best we got. I guess we can run with this for right now. You know?
That's a horrible mentality. Would you say that for the same for Tony Khan? Because I certainly wouldn't. And honestly, like when you question booking processes, I look at both. I look at based on who's running the shit. I don't look on okay. They look at papers and be like, yeah, this is good enough. I don't hinge on good enough, Casey. Nobody should. Vince didn't hinge on good enough.
No, but also, Vince would also like tweak it every time, and the problem is he would tweak it so badly. Like he would bring people from who was doing very good in NXT. He brings them up and like tweaks them. Like the God, what was the called the Dissension? They were
Yeah,
doing great.
but you have to also understand Vince was trying to appeal to the casual audience. Okay,
Yeah, but
Triple H
they tweaked.
tweaking them. I mean, he's tweaking them because he doesn't see any value in them. That's the point. He didn't really watch NXT. He didn't really see any value in the stars he was seeing. It was like, okay, small
Then bring
fucking
them up.
people. I don't. That's the thing, Casey. Vince ran it completely differently. And the funny thing is about this is that the boom arrow started after he left, supposedly, but the product got worse. It hasn't, and now it leads to the theory, Casey, that it's not simply just the booking anymore when it comes to AEW or WWE. It goes back to my theory. It is because they appealed to the lefty Looney Tunes and this everybody's a winner, and now you got this whole mob mentality of tribalists going around because my shit's better than yours, and even so, it's still not good enough no matter what you put on for them.
Even though,
So
I'm not one of those tribalists that Dave says I am on the WWE side. I actually like AEW's product, at least their pay per view shows. Sometimes Dynamite would be okay. I mean, I really enjoyed Blood and Guts a couple weeks ago. I thought that was awesome. I thought it was a little bloody to be on TNT, but I was happy to watch it. But
yeah, it was a good show. It was a good show.
But I said this whole year for WWE, at least this year, has been not that good. I mean, and I
There's
felt
one thing I'll say for WWE, they at least still have some good segments in some areas. It's not
yes,
saying much, but they have some good segments. But that's the height of it because like WWE is a program of entertainment. Triple H is trying to run it like a wrestling product, and you see it with him trying to book more wrestling. But here's the problem here: it's terrible, really bad.
and it's just going to get worse because, they're going to try to do more of these 2 nights events. I mean, they're already doing it with WrestleMania and SummerSlam, and
Oh
I
yeah,
would.
so that was a whole Triple H idea. It wasn't just a Vince idea to do 2-nighter events. That was all Triple H. He wants
I-
more of that shit. Yeah. Thanks for like oversaturating shows, asshole.
I thought that was Nick Condell where he wants to do
Triple
that.
H. Triple H. Triple H likes that idea. He loves. I don't know why, but that's who he is.
I'm okay with 2 nights WrestleMania, but 2 nights SummerSlam. I think they should just keep it at 2 nights WrestleMania, and that's it.
Yeah, it should be one night for each. But yes, one night for SummerSlam is only needed. But anyway, I want to review this.
Beef that you really have with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. They said some things that like were kind of dickish 20 years ago. They probably don't even remember it. It's clearly stuck with you so much that it's kind of like, I don't think.
Yeah. Apparently, these two do not know. You know, two wrestling guys do not know the backstage politics that Shawn Michaels and Triple H does when it comes to burying talent, trying to politicize their way to the top and literally shaft everybody else. Triple H mainly. Like Shawn Michaels, dude, the story with Shawn Michaels, like 1990s was really bad. Storylines were like he would just refuse storylines and rip up papers and throw it in Vince's face. Like that's how entitled Shawn was, and Triple H no different. Like, dude, he went out ahead and buried Bill Goldberg, letting him lose to Gunther, the guy who can barely fucking do anything, just chop, fucking stupid chokehold and fucking stupid top rope splash. And like, dude, these are the same guys, and yet they're somehow going after Maven for pointing these things out. Oh, but you're mad about saying words, but no, like these two were scumbags in the past. Triple H still to this day, but you get the point, right?
Don't know if that he's still like that today.
I'm back, Casey. I can hear you from smoking outside, but I can hear you fucking talking shit about me.
But nobody was talking shit about you, dude.
Oh, I heard Casey.
Oh, well. Did he say? I don't think Casey really said anything about you, though. He only mentioned like, oh, Dave Raw. Oh, Dave Raw says I'm a AEW hater, but and I'm a tribalist for WWE, but I'm not.
That's right.
That's really all he said.
Dave says I'm a tribalist for WWE. So
no, I say that because you make more videos about AEW than you do WWE, where that is warranted. Again, if it's going to be based on reality, you're going to make more videos on WWE for what they do than you are AEW.
That's true. Right. I'm not going to lie.
It's true, but you don't do it. So therefore, Dave Rose is correct again.
Let's be honest here, though. Like, people are just making videos in AEW because it's just a trend to make fun of it. It has nothing really to do with whether the product's good or bad. It's just like, yeah, let's just shit on a product because, like,
hold on. But okay, so we were talking about psychology earlier, Bullsy. What's the reason? Have you? Because I've done this on my to the point I just got fucking bored of it. It explained the same thing over and over again. But my Fighting Words podcast was addressing this every single week. Why is it specifically that people like Casey? And again, I'm an AEW mark. He's a WWE mark. But why is he willing to go so hard on AEW? Unless there's a psychological reason that was triggered, whether it be flight or fight, which is a threat response, right? Whether it be the cognizant knowledge that, okay, this product is better. It's making the one that I cheerlead for, the one I'm a cult for, look bad. So I've got to attack it. So what is the psychological reason for somebody to attack AEW? Not where they deserve to be attacked on, but where they don't.
Well, three reasons: Stockholm syndrome for one, tribalism for two, and the third one, realistically speaking, this is the one I think you should consider, Dave, is the fact that these same people that, and by the way, JD, Salamonster, Jim Cornette, all wanted competition with WWE when AEW came out.
Yep.
Jim Cornette was all of a sudden against AEW for some odd reason, but JD, Salamonster were all praising AEW. Now, I already brought up Stockholm Syndrome and the Tribalists. That's just who they are. But if you really consider the third option, these same people loved NXT. Now, who was booking NXT at the time? Around 2016 through 2018, Triple H. So they are in love with the booking of NXT Black and Gold. So when Triple H took over, they started loving it up and down, but started hating AEW right off the bat. It's tribalism. Because guess what? and the same people that and the audiences you see in the chats hate AEW. A lot of them. It's a tribalistic mindset. They have this idea like us versus them. Triple H booked babies and Tony Khan bad because they needed
So
a
what
new
you're
public
saying is
enemy
that
number one.
the mental immaturity of somebody like Casey has him emotionally react rather than logically to attack AEW for some visceral reason rather than that being of logic.
Not Casey, not Casey, but Jim, Tommy Cornette, JD from New York. I haven't really seen Salamaster do it, but a lot of others like BC Amplified have done this. Even Joe Cronin have attacked AEW. It's like, wait, hold on. Like, this is the product you wanted. Like, now you hate it?
Do I need to upload more WWE videos to balance it?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, because currently it's not balanced. The majority of your videos have been shitting on AEW, rightfully or wrongfully, but you've done nothing to WWE.
Well, my question is, Casey, why haven't you shut on WWE if what Dave is saying is true? Because like, there's a plenty. Promise you, there are plenty of more reasons to go after WWE as of right now.
No, I don't really shout them out. I mean, the only reason I would do the reactions reviews because I do a VPN with to watch it on Netflix, and when before that I was watching it, it was cheaper to watch WWE product on Peacock than paying pay-per-view for the AEW show. So, but I always said, like, if I would have to choose, if I was able to choose one or the other, I would always say the AEW pay-per-views would be better.
I'm gonna feed my animals, but you guys can talk amongst yourselves. Do not disappoint me, Casey. I'm looking at you. Anyway, I'm gonna feed my animals because I love my animals. Anyway, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
So I need to come back to make more WWE videos. So, okay, I'll try to work on that, Dave. I apologize if you mistake that as my hate towards AEW. I don't hate AEW, but make more.
You just made more videos against them that you did WWE. Again, unless you rectify that, then your bias is clearly showing. Again, you've talked to me, and I've been honest about AEW, and I've said, okay, I disagree with multiple things. In fact, if you ever bothered to listen to my podcast, I was saying, okay, I criticize AEW on this and Tony Khan on this, but other stuff is just so good. So therefore, the good outweighed the bad. That makes me a mark, apparently. But regardless, is that people just continue to ignore the fact that I'm open and critical of anything that I enjoy, whether it be WWE or fucking AEW.
Then let me point this out. Have you seen that new AEW national title?
We were talking about that earlier, and yes.
It's a good looking title. I like the old school look. But it looks like it's a little close to the NWA version. Like, and I'm talking about, it was like the 80s version of the NWA national title.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that offer the exact same fucking stamp. I mentioned this yesterday, and I don't necessarily agree with all the looks, but it does have a very retro classic look to it. And I would have picked a blue instead of the red. But regardless, it is very similar to a lot of titles, NWA being one of them. But I'm talking about fucking the TV title, and there was also the American title. Like, it was at one point shaped like that and had similar stylings, including the red. So it's certainly going for a classic look. But that's the question.
I do like the look of it, though. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the retro look.
But that's not the question, though. The question is there too many belts, and is Dave Rose willing to criticize it? Yes, I believe so, and yes, I will. So that's the thing, though. It's like you try to paint me into a corner saying, oh, well, Dave Rose won't criticize AEW. I certainly fucking will. But the thing is, though, I'm more willing to do so honestly than you are when it comes to WWE. That's
That's true. I mean,
simple fact.
I've been saying, all right, okay.
Then your videos, then your shorts would outnumber the AEW ones criticizing WWE. Simple numerical fact.
Hold on. Why are you counting how many AEW videos I have?
It's called noticing and it's called bias. That's it. And then Bolsey called it out, but you keep fucking trying to deflect. This is why it's not fun to even discuss things with you, Casey, because you're very disingenuous when it comes to actually having a proper conversation. You could just, you could admit you were wrong, but no, you're taking the Cronin route and doubling down.
I mean, I had to go, I had to lean back into it because I'm pretty sure I feel like you guys are brainwashing me. So, I have to, start drinking some of that Cronin Kool-Aid again, so I can.
Making jokes is a sign of a weak mind.
But I criticized WWE for the longest time. I would say the first 2 years when Vince was out, I thought it was that the product went up. But for before that, I thought at least 10 to 15 years the product was horrible. And then I feel like this year was pretty bad. I mean, I would especially one of the things I would have done different was obviously the Cena tour. I mean, where Cena should have turned heel at WrestleMania. If you want that moment, he should have turned heel at WrestleMania. And that would got them a little time to figure out what they want to do with him to be a heel. But honestly, they botched the heel run. And then now they're botching this whole thing with the last time is now tournament because, I mean, it's pretty obvious now it's going to be Gunther who's going to be his last opponent.
So I'm back. You're talking about John Cena and his last run. Good to know that Casey's criticizing WWE now. Continue on, Casey.
Well, just saying that I criticize WWE. It's like I think Dave doesn't give me as much credit for that. He just thinks I hate AEW and love WWE.
And he does love AEW.
Yeah, I keep making more videos about AEW, but believe me, when it's just it's equal. Stop it.
Equal. Well, I mean,
Casey, this is a funny thing that I've talked to you about before. You could easily make a video about WWE, talk about the issues. You just talked about John Cena's run. Here's one match I think you should talk about, Jey Uso versus CM Punk. Dave, I believe you heard about this, but Casey, you seen the match. That was a slop fest. Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was okay. I mean, I think they should, for that Saturday main event, I think it should have ended up as a
English. Well, seriously, Casey.
Casey, continue with your point. You didn't think it was bad, but what was your?
It's okay. I mean, I felt like they should have had no winner at Saturday's main event. It should have ended up where maybe a winner at a later date, like at the Survivor Series or something like that. Or even maybe wait until the Royal Rumble.
Casey, I honestly don't know if you actually watched the match or not, but the first thing you'll see is Jey Uso overturn in a neck breaker. And then you see CM Punk stand up and then kick Jey Uso. And I'm just sitting there wow, these two are very professional at what they're doing. It was bad. Dave, you got to see the match because it was so bad.
I don't think I will.
Yeah, it was so bad. These guys, you got Jey Uso not giving a fuck, just like sandbagging CM Punk, and CM Punk just being pissed off and showing how a weak, flimsy bitch he is. By the way, he struggled to keep Jay up in a fireman's carry, and he just fell. He just fell. It's like, dude, this guy's fucking weak. This shows that he's not as good as he used to be. If he can't do it anymore. Yet he's still there trying to be like, yeah, I'm a fucking great performer. Yeah. And dude, this guy's been carried ever since his return to WWE. He's been carried through everything he's been doing. It just shows to both abilities in WWE and who they push. They performed terribly. Now, I'll give Jey Uso this. He sells merch, and I think he could be pretty charismatic. The problem is, his yeet shit is fucking gay. I wish he just stopped doing that. Oh, fuck, dude. You will never see me. You will not catch me dead seeing me do that. I do not know why. Anybody. I don't know why he even does it. The only explanation is, well, he's just a fucking guy who gets benefits because of Simone privilege thing, because he's always drunk, apparently.
So you're saying if Jey Uso's coming down the aisle, you're right beside him, you wouldn't be eating right beside him?
What makes you think I would be, Casey?
I just think sometimes being in the stands at that moment, it's different than when you're just watching it on TV.
Okay, Casey, put yourself on camera right now, and I want to see you do the yeet, and I want you to say, yeah, that's fun. Please do that.
Please do that.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Exactly. You wouldn't even do that. Dude, who the fuck wants to do that? It's gay.
See?
It's gay.
But, hey, Dave, Debbie Dynamite's going to be down here, I think, in December. So I'm thinking about going to it. Or probably not, because, my hatred towards AEW, Maybe I'll show up there and protest.
That sounds a very passive-aggressive statement from you, Casey. So,
I mean, he gets the impression that you really love AEW. So, yes, it's a passive-aggressive statement.
Maybe I'll go there with a WWE sign on a post and right outside the arena so I can protest.
Hey, Casey, if you want to take it a step further, just to be like, you know what, Dave? Just for you, I'm going to film myself at the WWE headquarters with an AEW shirt taking a shit. And I guarantee you, it still will not be good enough. You take it that far and see his response.
Yeah.
Oh, if I did that, Dave would say, all right, maybe I was wrong.
Maybe he was wrong. You never know. But you just gotta take it that far. Maybe Dave Rose would be like, you never know. But that aside, it's WWE. When it comes to WWE, there's a lot of big defenders, and it starts with JD from New York, Solid Monster. Though Solid Monster isn't really an anti-AEW as far as I could tell, but Jim Cornette. Oh, he is. He's been from the start. Yeah. He was one of the people asking for competition. He gets it. Time to hate it. I kind of think that Jim Cornette wants a job back with AEW. To be honest, well, not AEW, but WWE. To be honest,
he's one of many. That's why you have all these old schoolers fucking shitting on AEW because they want in on WWE.
And probably get inducted in the Hall of Fame. I mean, Jim Cornette.
But that's why I like Vince Russo, though, to be honest with you, because he'll even give shit to WWE at times. Don't get me wrong, he's been at AEW for quite some time, but he's even given WWE shit. Like, yeah, bro, this sucks. At least he's taking a neutral stance.
They prove they don't watch it because they can't even comment on what happened in the show. So JD will be like, oh, it sucked and stuff, but he can't even describe the basic fucking events that happened during that show.
Dave, one of my favorite, I was played a clip of JD from just raging out over a tournament at the time where he was like, "It was supposed to be for Kyle fucking Fletcher, bro. Now you ruined him." I'm just sitting there like, wait, a tournament was supposed to be for specifically Kyle Fletcher to win. Like, who is even this guy anyway? Like he got mad over like a particular star not winning the whole fucking like tournament. Like, I don't know why he wanted. Like the purpose of a tournament is supposed to be unpredictable. Why does he want a predictable outcome?
Because it's false. Like, it's all performative with JD. He got rejected from accessing their media scrum, and he wasn't allowed
Rightfully
to do
so.
an after party. And even Dax from FTR made a T-shirt where it was just like it showed JD at the window of the AEW event being denied and crying. And yeah, he just fucking schooled him, just like fucking Mercedes Moné. Like, she was the one that actually had it, so because he was announcing for HOG and House of Glory, and because of the shit that he said about her, she said, I'm not showing up on that promotion unless he's not on commentary. So, like, for the last 9 months, he has not been allowed back to commentary, and he's gone on social media and fucking cried about it. Oh, they did this to me, blah blah blah, and it's because this guy just, he talked too much, and he angered the wrong people.
That's the funny thing. It goes back to like for all the shit that he says that spews out of his mouth, and he wants to be like, "How dare you not take me in for all the things I've said and done?" Like, dude, like, what you expect? Like, you say the most outrageous things about people, and then you wonder why people don't want anything to do with you. It's like, dude, it's a no-brainer. The only thing keeping you with your stupid ass live viewers is that personality that you keep portraying, and that's the only thing that keeps JD irrelevant nowadays. It's like, oh, I wonder what kind of JD's gonna rant about this thing. The guy's been exposed. At this point, everybody knows who he is. The only thing he can continue doing is his raging, ranting bullshit, which people already bought as just part of the character, and the only time that it made JD a little too high on his horse, because it made him think, yeah, I'm fucking good, Bruce. No, you're just fun to make fun of. That's really what it is. But that is said, I haven't gotten much into the Maven still crying about Triple H video that Joe Cronin made. I'm going to continue with the review. So let's go. Come on.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel real to me, because it's like, obviously you're appealing to people that don't like Triple H and Shawn Michaels, or appealing to
like who? Like who? Who are these people that are being appealed to? Like, they've seen them on the internet. Like, I mean, it turns out that they do know. So, like, why don't you just point them out? Like, so you're aware. But here's the thing. Like I said, Maven has experience. So why are you going after him over this? I don't know.
like easy drama and stuff. It's like, oh,
Easy drama. Yeah. Who would have thought, from the guy who starts shit on shows over talking shit with Joe to Joe, is complaining about people doing drama? What are the odds? Don't you think? I think so.
more drama on Shawn Michaels or more drama on Triple H, yeah, I'll click on that. And then they're just going to shit on DX without even hearing the other side of the story, because it's just like, no, it's not about the story. It's about an excuse to leave a hateful comment on Triple H as a person, and it's like, so it's like you look in these comments of the video, and it's always just people like, I always knew Triple H was a horrible person. And if it's a video about Shawn Michaels, I always knew Shawn Michaels was faking his Christianity thing. And they're all about how like mean and these two were, but it's like, you're more mean. Like your hatred.
But you, the two quote fallacy, no, that's not how that works. For one, Luke, you need to learn, is the fact that Maven is talking about backstage history with these two. A lot of the pro wrestlers and nowadays talk about backstage history with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Even Jim Cornette talks about this and his issues with Shawn Michaels in the past, why he doesn't like them. It exists. And the main people that a lot of the pro wrestlers you will know that don't like from the past is Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And he's sitting there like, oh, but these guys, well, you're being more mean. No, they're pointing out something that is clear as day that says something about Shawn Michaels and Triple H's character, in which you're just going to dismiss as, oh, well, like, you guys are bad. Well, you guys are just drama hags and stuff. Like, wasn't Luke Rojas, by the way, making a video on Ken, Dave, and Tony over criticizing Joe Cronin and going, well, like, they're right about this, but how dare you criticize Joe over this? Meh. And then in the same day, call into Joe and then attack YR, Joe's donator, and talk about drama. You see the irony here, Casey?
Yeah.
Nah. What about you, Dave? You see the irony here? Nah, he seems to be disappeared. Working on tools, as he says. But you get the point. Let's go.
Them for stuff they did in the past is more mean.
I think the problem is
It's in the past, so therefore it's okay, huh?
problem is like this. It's just like natural,
Oh, having a smoke, Dave says. Okay, have a nice smoke.
right? Those guys are literally still in the WWE. They have so much to focus on and to do. So if they were dicks to people at one point, like, you know, everybody that they were a dick to now in their regular lives, they have a lot to reflect on, right? Like Maven has a show based around everything that happened to him. Mr. Kennedy is, I think, doing one now too. They have nothing else going on really but this. Where Shawn Michaels and Triple H, they're so busy and still in the company after all.
By the way, do you know what Triple H's response to people criticizing him? If you don't like it, fuck off. How dare you criticize me? You know, to the same people that kept criticizing him. He was like, fuck off. Like, he got mad about the criticism. And by the way, Triple H isn't really doing much but booking shows. And there was a documentary done about this. And you know how Triple H runs his shows? Well, while his creative team are talking, he just goes literally not a single fucking idea from his fucking mouth. Yeah, but he's doing a lot, right?
Well, I'm
Making
back.
deals.
I'm back from my
Making
smoke,
deals.
but I've got to go again do some food prep for the week. But I'll
Cool.
have you guys on speaker and listen to you guys as you continue to delve into this clip and dissect it accordingly. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
And that
You guys-
you, Lee.
Huh?
I can bash you remotely.
That's cool. All right. Anyways,
Yeah.
talk to you guys later.
Yes. See you later, Dave. There goes Dave Rose. Now to continue the point. The documentary was done not too long ago about Triple H running the shows. Literally, how he came up with the idea of Jey Uso winning was people pitching ideas. He was, hey, what about Jey Uso? Like, last minute. He doesn't come up with a single idea. Not to mention, you go, oh, he's doing all this sorts of stuff. Well, like, actually, if you really think this through, it is Nick Khan making the deals. It's TKO is the one running the business. All he has to do is book the shows. But even then, if we really think this through, he can't really do that good of a job either, because guess what? In the past, he was like, man, this is harder than it looks. Man, this is so hard. He said these things. Meanwhile, Tony Khan is having fun with it, just booking whatever they want. So, like, what does that say about Triple H? This defense for Triple H, and Vince was doing it for like 40 years. Triple H gets into power, can't even do it without having a hard time. So, like, I'm just saying, I might be spitballing, but maybe I'm right.
Well, it was recently Triple H was telling people to just be a fan and not to criticize too much or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So it
Well,
was
don't
like,
criticize me because I have a weak heart. There's that song I made. God, I'm gonna play that song, Casey. I'm gonna play that song, Casey, because it's a good song for one. Triple H is a mindless retard. That's what he is. But continue with your point about Triple H and saying I don't want criticisms, because that's exactly what he would say.
oh yeah, I mean that's exactly what he says. That Like he told people just be fans and not to criticize the product. Like I'm like, wow. Like I mean, and I think they mainly were aiming at people like the podcasters, you know. I mean, not really the fans, but the podcasters.
Oh no, that trust me, that's directed towards a lot of people. Remember, if you like Socratic fuck off to be like, oh, I book based on what the internet wants, but if you like fuck off. So basically, like this is Triple H. I'm gonna oh boy, I'm gonna play that song. Ah, but yeah, let's continue with this.
So they're not going to take time out to start just bashing old talent that they either liked or didn't like.
Until they do. In fact, they've done that within their shows. Triple H, for example, Bill Goldberg bearing him with Gunther, John Cena, another guy he fucked up a run with. He may not do it on a podcast, but he will certainly do it on his show.
Oh, Goldberg shouldn't win, beat Gunther though. I mean, Gunther should beat Goldberg. I mean, if Goldberg was supposed to win a match, it was definitely not going to be against Gunther. I mean,
Why should Gunther beat Bill Goldberg? Well, give me a good reason why.
well, because one, Gunther like still has future. He could use it as saying, "I retired Goldberg," and two, like I mean, he's up and coming. He's just like he's definitely someone who's credible who could beat Goldberg. Minus
Okay.
minus let's say a mid tier person, let's say LA Knight beating him. Then that would be like okay, that's not like that would be a burial right there because LA Knight is not I mean oh shit.
Losing your train of thought there, Casey?
Well, my dog just started barking.
Ah, well, to cover the first point, you said Gunther is an up and coming star, right?
Yeah.
He's
And
38 years old, by the way, just to keep in mind. So the up and coming star, he's a bit old to be one. And that's the first point. Point number two, as using as a guy, well, I retired to Bill Goldberg. He sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger with a speech impediment. Let's just point that out. But using that, he'd be the wrong guy, considering how he looks. He looks like a fat blob of shit, turkey body. It's just bad. He's out of shape too. Like he stopped exercising for who knows what reason. And number three, like believable. What makes him believable? All he does is chop, do a Boston Crab chokehold, and stupid top rope move, and it's not really that good. Like I seen his chops. It just looks like he's slapping their chest. It doesn't look believable. He doesn't perform that well. And some people go, "Oh, he reminds me of the old school style." He doesn't even do old school that well. So I don't see what you're seeing, Casey.
I disagree because I think he does a great job. His chops, I feel like they're brutal. Like I definitely don't want to get hit by those chops because people get cut up from his chops.
Dude,
But
it just takes about like 50 chops to make the chest red, really. So it's not that hard, Casey. Trust me. Like, realistically speaking, anybody could slap you in the chest until it's red. It's not as impressive as you think it is.
I just I think it's believable if Gunther be able to retire Goldberg. I mean, did
You,
you
you
argue?
think it's believable, but I'm telling you this right now. The way what you're thinking of chops as make until the chest is red, anybody can do that. Like, but if you really want to talk about a chop, what about Big Show's chops? And then
Oh,
compare that to Gunther's.
oh yeah, because honestly, Big Show has the bigger hand, and he has more mass behind it too.
Yes. Yes. So by that logic, would you agree with Big Show retiring Bill Goldberg?
No,
Then
because
there you go. Because like, even because like Gunther's chops is like anybody that can do it, even Bret Hart, but it's not that impressive when you
well,
really watch because because you're looking at it as well, Gunther does these chops and that's his kind of his move set, and that's what he bases his whole entire persona and wrestling style on. But that's really all he does almost every match. Sometimes you'll see a chokehold, sometimes you'll see a power bomb, sometimes you'll see a Boston Crab or a chokehold, or even a springboard top rope move of a splash, but not done that well. And this is
Well,
what I'm leaning towards. This is what I'm leaning towards. He's not as good as you think he is. And in fact, I think you're only saying this is because, like, I think you saw other people like him and you look at him and go, well, I guess he's not that bad. I think that's what it
I
is.
think he's a good wrestler. I mean, I think he's definitely believable. Like,
I don't think he's believable. Wrestler, I'll give you that. He can wrestle. Believable, no. He's wrestler tough, but not real life tough. It's just hard to believe him to be a tough guy.
I'm thinking we're gonna have to disagree on this one.
That's fine, but I'm still withholding the stance of Gunther is not as good as you think he is. And I think you'll see my point further on after everything I explained, where, like, Ballsy does have a good point. And I do. You know I have a good point, Casey. I always do.
Oh, then, well, then who would you say should retire Goldberg? Do you in the WWE?
Ron Breaker. Braun Breaker. He has athleticism. He has the body. He has the look. He looks like he can rip somebody in half. Plus, he performs very well. Very well.
Too. He's young.
Yes. Yes. Plus, 25 years old, up and coming, Casey.
Okay. I agree with that. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, me too. Plus, he hasn't been handled very well in GT, don't you think?
And I would give one other thing is at least Gunther has already been 2-time world champion right now. And while Braun could use it to help elevate him. So I agree with that.
There we go. We're getting somewhere. We're getting something. Also, Braun Breaker beat Gunther before, so yeah. I'm gonna now continue with this clip.
Maybe this is just the circumstance. You know what I mean? Like, what else is Maven and them going to talk about? they're not in WWE working every day, all the time. Still, this is all they have, so they'll reflect on it. So
And what are you hoping to gain from this video, Joe? You get a job with the WWE?
But Triple H and Shawn aren't bashing them because why would they?
Well, I mean, that depends. Again, he done his bashing within the company. You're just like, I have the power. I have the power. I'm gonna bury every single one of you. He would. He could. Triple H is a very spiteful man. Look what he has been doing with people like Randy Orton, LA Knight, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar. He had Brock Lesnar lose to Cody Rhodes twice, by the way, just to point that out. Not to mention how he handled John Cena, how he handled Bill Goldberg in his retirement match, just cutting it off during his last promo. Is it ringing a bell? If people like Maven were in the company, they would be trashed, but within the booking style.
They're working for WWE show.
But they're working for WWE, so therefore that's good enough reason to be like, yeah, I'm siding with them.
I always noticed this about Triple H and Shawn specifically, and yeah, I get it. Shawn had a huge history of being a prick. I know that Triple H used to politic and stuff.
Well, no, they've both done, but they either they don't know the history with Shawn Michaels or Triple H at all, because this has been talked about how Triple H would literally bury stars, and like the Sting, for prime example, Sting. Remember Sting? Triple H can be very vindictive. Like anybody that has been a bigger star than him, he will go out of his way to bury. He's done that with a lot of stars, especially with ones in recently.
But it's just crazy to me that people will then make a bunch of videos like years later, being like the rivalry between me and Sean or something, like the beef between me. And it's like
Like, it seems like Luke Rojas doesn't really pay attention. He's probably just there, agreeing with Joe and nodding along. Again, the adultery speaks for itself. I don't think I need to emphasize this any further.
wasn't a beef, he was a prick to you one time. Get over it. Honestly, Maven's video probably isn't nearly as bad as like the video Stevie Richards made, where it just sounded like Stevie Richards was just like annoying Sean constantly and like fanboying over him. And then like somehow he basically accused Sean of being a fake Christian because Sean still wanted to get his spots in wrestling. He was like, oh, Sean was like, oh, I want to get my spots in. That's not very Christian-like. And, so then...
I doubt that was Stevie Richards' claim, but just kind of like keep a, no, you know what I'm saying.
Tried to hit Sean, like...
But, actually, this is what I actually want to say. Keep kind of like, misquoting people there, Luke. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Keep doing that with Stevie Richards and Maven. Just keep misquoting people.
He tried to relate to Sean, I guess, and hand him a Christian rock album. And Sean basically told him, like, you think this makes you a good Christian? Listening to that.
Yeah, it turns out Sean is still a dickhead. I mean, like, that's what it sounds like.
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like Sean. I mean, who cares if he wants to get his spots in? He's a wrestler. Of course, he wants to get his spots. What's he gonna do? He's gonna fucking sell to you.
Yeah,
and he's just gonna let you get your shit, and then you fucking beat him, and then everybody claps. Like, no, he's gonna get his shit in because people paid to go see Shawn Michaels. You fucking asshole.
Do you understand the ego and to me, the ego of a person who thinks they've found God and been saved? Like, I'm sorry, like this is not a shock to me. Listen, Sean.
I'm beginning to get the, Christian hate from Joe, but let's listen in and listen good.
Michaels is still probably very similar to how he always was, just minus the drugs and maybe more inappropriateness or whatever. But he's still like probably an ego-driven, selfish person, because only an ego-driven, selfish person would be a piece of shit for 20 years to everybody and then say he's saved. You know what I mean? And then changed and whatever. And then still does it, basically. But, I've been saved, so it's okay now. I love...
You see the dig on Christianity right there? Casey, everybody, I just noticed, oh, wow, quite some hatred towards Christianity Joe has, doesn't he?
Well, I will say one thing. I have met some people who are big-time Christians, and they're the biggest fucking assholes, though, too. So that just because they're being Christian and being nice ain't the same thing, Being Christian
does not mean being nice, Casey. In fact, I'm getting the idea that a lot of people understand Christianity. Let me just inform. Christianity does not mean I have to be kind to you. Christianity does not mean any of that. Okay, well, actually, I gotta pause and sorry.
But like I said before, it's like I was I had a couple people I know I worked with. Actually, a couple bosses were big time Christians, and they were the
back. I'm back. I'm going to continue my talk. Yes, but like I said, Christians does not mean you have to be nice or kind to people. Joe was like, oh, well, like, and stuff like.
But I experienced that. I was like, where, like, I thought they're supposed to be Christians. They're supposed to be like nice, but learning like No, some of them are the biggest assholes. But like I said, those things don't mean the same thing. Did I lose you? Dang, I lost him. Oh, he's muted. Halsey's muted. Huh.
Sorry, I had to do something real quick, but I need to continue the point of the Christianity. But sorry about that, Casey. Left you hanging. But
For a second, I was like, maybe.
Christianity does not mean I have to be nice to you, not to be kind to you. That's not what that means. You're talking about Christians that are the biggest assholes. No. In fact, whenever you meet a Christian, in fact, you're not going to meet an asshole. That's the odds of that is very slim. And if anybody that is an asshole are not real Christians, they might claim it, but no, they're just hiding behind the fact that they're hiding behind the term to justify what they're doing. That's not a real Christian. Okay. Now, as
Yeah.
far as what Joe said when it comes to Christianity, they're like, well, he's probably just doing it just to continue being the asshole minus the drugs. No, that's not what happened. And this, when you talked about being saved, no, people don't talk about being saved just because they're justifying their actions and saying they're changed. No, no, no. They're talking about being saved because, like, they were in a deep shit. They were in a bad place at that point. But the Lord revealed themselves, and now they're trying to turn away from the sin that, got them there in the first place. That's what it means. It doesn't mean you're going to be a better person. That's not what that means. What it means is you get renewed and you go through some changes. Shawn Michaels clearly went through some changes when he stopped doing drugs. Does that mean he's going to stop being an asshole? No, that's not what that means. No, it doesn't mean he's just going to simply stop being a bad person. No, nobody ever says this. What it means when they say they found the Lord is that they were caught in their sin. They recognized what they were doing was wrong and horrible. And so they make the change to turn away from it. That's what it means to be a Christian, turning away from sin, not just, oh, I'm a good person now. Anybody that interprets it that way doesn't know a goddamn thing about it, hasn't even read scripture, doesn't understand it. Because the whole thing about scriptures, if you read any of it or even understand verses, it teaches you to repent. It teaches you that you are not a good person. That's the whole point of Christianity, of being saved. So for Joe to sit there and act like, oh, these people act like good people when they're not, buddy, you think you're a good person? Buddy, we just went over the things you've done in the past.
I gotta be careful because I'm being accused that I'm obsessed about this man. So
God, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Apparently, I'd be accused of being obsessed with this man. Joe Cronin it does not understand anybody that tries to tell you Christians make you a good person. No, that is not what that happens. That's not how that happens. Anybody that claims that to you, claims Christianity is the way forward, should only say, yeah, Christianity is the way forward. It's the truth, because it was based on the first Second Testament of Jesus resurrecting after being crucified. This man is truth. He is the one true Lord and Savior. So yes, and then the Agada return by Romans where, hey, these are Christians. Let's kill them, prosecute them. That's how it gone. So any Christian, it's not about being the best person you can be. It's more about like spreading the word and treating everybody with let's just say the best word isn't just kindness. It's treating everybody treating everybody the same as you would treat others, basically. Treat everybody how you want to be treated. That's what it is. If Jesus went around going, fuck you piece of shit, this, that, and the other, he would expect that in return. But this is what he did. He helped save people. He healed people. We're called to heal people, and that's with the word of God, not with just saying, "Oh, it's okay." No, you heal people with the word of God, because even Jesus wasn't kind with words. He told everybody straight up. So, like, again, Joe Cronin and his hatred towards Christians, undoubtedly very, very anti-Christ, satanic, very satanic. What do you think, Casey? Did you learn something today?
No.
Of
No.
course not. Of course not. Anyway, let's go.
I
Let's go. We're going to continue with the clip.
The problem is though, he has changed, and that's so much so that he's admitted that, like, yeah, I wasn't even the drugs. I was just being a fucking asshole. I was just a horrible person. Like, he's literally admitted to things like, yeah, like one time a lesbian fan, or like some fan with like a leather coat or whatever. She was like this hot chick. She had like a leather coat. She like wanted an autograph, and basically I wrote like that she was a lesbian on her.
Oh God, he probably wrote like carpet munch or a dyke or something on it.
Yeah, something. He wrote something like that, and he basically he admitted like that was like a really shitty fucking thing for me to do. And so it's like, to me, like when I hear stories about him saying stuff like that are like nobody's even came out about, it's like, I think to me that proves that even if like you want to believe the whole thing is phony with him being saved, he at the very least has enough to be like, I was an asshole, I was wrong, and I've changed my life. I think maybe it's possible earlier that the whole thing with I'm saved and stuff was a little exaggerated, but I do think that he has done
a little exaggerated. And let me just say this: spiritual warfare is real. Spiritual warfare is in fact real. What were you going to say, Casey?
I was like, I would disagree about that. Like, how long he's been Christian? I'm like, how you gonna keep playing this up for this long? A lot of times when people say they're saved and then they turn, they don't go this long and without turning again. But
What do you mean by turning again? You mean like turn back towards their old ways?
yeah, exactly. I just think some of the
Casey, like, the point of like the whole Christianity is to like Jesus is the savior. Now you're called to turn away from your sin, right?
yeah. No,
So
I'm
like,
just saying,
but that if you're trying to say like you're gonna still sin, yes, it's pointed out, but it doesn't mean that Shawn Michaels just continue doing drugs because it's just that simple. Some things you're gonna cut out from your life because it's just not healthy for you. That doesn't
yeah,
mean you're gonna stop doing
I agree.
bad. No one's saying Shawn Michaels still doesn't do bad. Of course he does some bad. That's not the point of Christianity to say, you're no longer a bad person. And that I already pointed out. I already pointed all this out. I explained this pretty thoroughly, Casey, where I'm saying, like, okay, the point of Christianity is, I'm in a bad place right now, but the Lord revealed me. Shit, this is my Lord and Savior. He saved me. I'm out of that bad place. Yeah, there we go. That's what it is. It's not now I'm a good person. Oh, it's not now I'm not depressed. It's escaping your mental terrible place in a bad state and finding peace with yourself. That's really what it is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There we go. Now you were taught again, but you probably didn't learn anything. Am I right?
Well, I was just saying that I was refuting what he was saying because he's saying that he was playing it up as being saved at the beginning. But I was like,
Shawn Michaels or Luke Rojas?
he was saying about Luke Rojas was saying about Shawn Michaels that he was playing it up as being saved for a while,
Well, yes, that's in fact true. Like, you can't just. There are people who do that. Don't get me wrong, aka Scott McKenna. But Shawn Michaels is not an example of just playing it up. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. Like, he's acting as if he's playing defense for Shawn Michaels, yet he also thinks he's playing it up Now, this is the kind of thing that Luke Rojas does. He shoots himself in the foot. It's the first time he'd done it with Joe Cronin, where he was being criticized. Oh, I know these things, but how dare you criticize him over it? Like, you do realize this is true, though, but you don't like it being pointed out like this. So this is kind of Luke Rojas does. Like, oh, well, he probably is faking it, but still, how dare you say he's faking it? Like, again, really? Let's go.
And there's plenty of stories about him being a completely different
He's
person
definitely
from so
changed.
many people.
You're right. No, he's definitely in all reality has definitely changed. He'd be dead right now if he didn't.
Joe just changed his stance completely. Did you catch that, Casey? Did anybody catch that? He just changed his stance. He went from, oh, I think he's just faking it. Oh, yeah, he definitely changed. Oh, wow. Like, that was fast.
But no, I think that God, I think I lost what I was gonna say, but like it was important kind of I think that these people too, I think the real issue is not that Shawn is still a dickhead or something like that. I love Shawn. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. Shawn Michaels is my guy, but
unfortunately he's a Christian, so he's not.
I think it's that he's a tough guy. He's a tough guy.
He's a tough guy. No, he's not. In fact, he back in the day, he'd be considered the weak link and the pushover. There was a story that recounts where Shawn Michaels was wrestling Stone Cold Steve Austin. Undertaker came up, wrapped his hands, and sat in the chair and watched the match. If Shawn Michaels didn't put Stone Cold over, Undertaker would whoop his ass. And then Shawn Michaels let Steve get the pin, and Undertaker unwraps his hands and leaves. I'm just putting that out there.
Hey, Bullsy.
And not in like a bully sense.
What's up?
I'm gonna take off. I gotta walk the weasel, and I'm gonna go
Cool.
get something to eat. So I appreciate you having me on.
Cool. See you later, Casey.
All right.
There goes Casey is raw, and you should take his leave right now. There we go. Yeah, it's nice of Casey to call in, and Dave Rose could call in. Well, let's continue.
I just mean he's a tough guy. So like
He's a tough guy. Elaborate what you mean on tough, please.
these other people
No, he's
aren't.
not. He got his ass kicked by cheerleaders.
What? And I mean,
Yes, that's actually true. He got his ass kicked several times.
I mean mentally tough. Shawn is not afraid to
Mentally tough. Mentally tough, huh?
like to shit on you, or if you say something that's kind of weird or like out of it, he'll say something. He basically will treat it like cold. He'll be like, "So you think you can do that?" Like Triple H is the same way.
What exactly is Joe referring to? He just said, "Oh, they're mentally tough. They'll say something back and stuff." Like, what is he basing that on?
Like, yeah, you think you're gonna be the next thing? Like, okay, you.
And then there's politics and bury them and all that stuff. But Maven bad person, right? Right.
Really have to prove it to Triple H and Shawn Michaels. They don't just go, "Oh yes, you're all full of yourself like every other wrestler is. Now we'll bow to you, or you're going to be the next guy, 100%." No, they're going to roll their eyes and be like, "Sure, guy. Let's see."
So Joe is actually justifying the burials and the sabotages that these two pulled. Yeah, remember when they exposed the Vegas business back in 1997? But no, well, like they're not bad people now. Like they're mentally tough. That makes them mentally tough. How dare you? How dare you be against them? How dare you think you're a big star? They're allowed to do that. Whatever.
But what I'd be interested is when someone really is over, when someone really is selling, when someone really is fucking tearing it up. Like I think CM Punk is a good example of this. I feel like CM Punk really was doing some things, and they were kind of still, crapping on him. And I think that shows you that no amount of anything would have helped, Mr. Anderson. And it's just about it. They don't like you.
Mr. Anderson, like, what is Joe even talking about right now? Like, you're talking about, like, burying people, their mental stuffness, and bring up a CM Punk as a prime example, and he was doing good shit, and now Mr. Anderson? Like, he's all over the place. Like, what is your point, my guy?
Really. I think Mr. Anderson, you know, and maybe it's about how humble you are too. I mean, maybe if Mr. Anderson was in the back, right, and he said, and he was talking to Triple H about things, and he had said something like, you know, yeah, I've got a really funny gimmick going right now, and it's really good, and you know, it'll probably last about 5 minutes.
So basically, it just turns into some weird hypothetical situation of somebody named Mr. Anderson and stuff, and I guess he's gonna make an excuse and defend Triple H for burying talent. This is what I'm hearing. Joe Cronin and Luke Rojas defending Triple H and Shawn Michaels burying talent and saying, "How dare you point these things out? You're a bad person, Maven." At that point, I think I'm done with that clip. Then they're not going to say anything substantial. They don't. It shows me that they don't know a damn thing about people's quarrels with the two, nor why so many wrestlers came out and do not like Triple H or Shawn Michaels and why they had the beef in the first place. It just turns into, well, like, how dare you? No, they're running the company. Yeah, they're not really in charge of anything outside of what the booking. So, like, again, hate to break it to you, we had went a good portion amount, and I want to focus on. Something else. Actually, I mean, like, I want to end the stream. That was a good stream. I think I had. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am Bullseye, and I'm gonna fly away. Bye bye. Let's end it.